pump fake we had there, guys. Apologies. Welcome to Trader TV Live, of course. I can't do Brendan's intro for you, but we're going to thought when we get Brendan in a quick second. We just had a little bit of an audio issue, so we're going to come right to myself and Sean. Welcome to Trader TV Live. It is hump day. The markets are basically holding around flat-ish, and I say flat-ish because the ES is up 0.2, while the NASDAQ is trailing down 1.1. But, Sean, we had that monster recovery in yesterday's price action. We had a lot of earnings to get to today. We're talking Verizon, J&J, Netflix, which you all saw in the afternoon, was a big-time mover. There's still AMC, of course, which had a slight move yesterday that we're going to get to as well. And then, of course, there's going to be a little bit of leftover from some of these big-time movers, like your small caps, like your Neuro, which stole the show in yesterday's trade action, and again is a big one here today. So welcome, everybody. It's going to be an interesting day. Of course, we have Mark Roberts stopping. We'll get his thoughts on yesterday's push, and of course, Sean, crypto holding that 30,000. So I mean, that dip. I mean, I was waiting for like 24s and 25s, thinking this is it. We can finally stick in, and then we get absolutely nothing there. But we're now ready to go with Brendan. So let's get back into the desk. Different open, same show.
Yeah, I think you should hear me now. Welcome, everybody. Sean, we were just about to come to you as well. So let's maybe give Sean a second to say, good morning, guys. We'll figure it out here. A little bit of a technical issue there to start things off, but all is well. Yeah, it should be an interesting day. We had obviously a big day up yesterday. Market's very, very positive coming off of Monday's huge decline, but back to flat-ish at this point, but nice bounce back for individual names. I mean, all kinds, and I mean all kinds of earnings to get to today.
Right, and yeah, exactly. It'll be a big day for sure. We just went along on DraftKings. People asking what price on Neuro. You can now see it there on the board. We're long right here, guys, on that 12.50 break. So a nice price for us, 90 cents now in the money on this one. DraftKings starting to rip up right now. A nice little win on this one. They're going to get into the NFT game. So we go long on DraftKings right now, 46.85. Probably going to take this one out as well. And then we got the long on AMC. So look, we're already rocking and rolling. So we're going to go.
Oh my God.
Because 4 positions right now, 3 longs, AMC, DraftKings, Neuro. Wow, DraftKings, let's go. 47.50 right now. A nice 70-cent winner right here on board as well. Thank you to Damien Project. He wants to see how the Masters are going to trade this turbulent market. Well, how about 4 for 4 right now, all ready to start the day pending this CME short, which we've averaged into here. We're going to give this one up to 456, 457. And you talked about a crypto rebound, guys. Look at everyone's favorite, and by that I mean mine, hopefully yours as well. Cardano, we put that out yesterday, and again, putting my neck on the line for you guys. I love doing it because, look, I'm passionate about this, and I believe in the plays that I make. So there you go, $1.05 yesterday for Cardano. So waking up today to a nice 12 or 13% windfall on that name is nice. So congratulations to anybody that bought. We talked about that. I was waiting for Ether to go a little bit lower, so I didn't step in there, but I'm sure as hell glad that we loaded the boat a little bit there on that dollar dip into Cardano. So, and I'm also really fantastically glad that Brendan's mic is now fixed and we can begin our normal show. But it's going to be a big one today, guys. Trust me when I say that.
Yeah, the audio problems are gone. Hopefully, let's have a look at that headline, guys, for DraftKings teaming up with this Autograph, the NFT network Autograph. Tom Brady involved in that. He was one of the founders of that Autograph. So we'll keep an eye on DraftKings today. But nice move here in the pre-market. AMC has news. AMC moving around in the pre-market. We'll talk about that coming up. But first, let's get over to the desk and say good morning to Miss B.
Hey guys, happy trading day. I wish you a wonderful day. Enjoy your trading, enjoy the show, and please don't forget to like this video right now. Let's get it started, Brandon.
Yeah, let's indeed get it started. Lots to get to, guys. AMC, big move back to the upside yesterday. This morning, we're coming into, I mean, it was up significantly, but kind of coming back to the downside here. Some executive changes announced today as far as their CEO, Adam Aron, also being named chairman. There was a couple other more minor ones leaving the board of directors, but I mean, we can't avoid AMC again today, guys.
No, I mean, like 20 minutes ago, trades were showing up from yesterday's actions, kind of hit or miss with this. But you can see it was clearly some good long trades in yesterday's trade, including the afternoon breakout that we saw. And there were two of them in the afternoon, one right at the close, one that we were involved in at 40 and got out way too early. But it's that second push that pulled back into 41.40. You know, I had the long, I didn't hold on to it in the pre-market here. When it took out this level, that 41.40, it flushed down. That's going to get me out. That's still going to be the price area I want to look at. I just think maybe giving it a little bit more room, if it does test to the downside, is going to be the way to go about it. So maybe 41 to 41.40. There was not, well, look, Nero moved more. Don't get me wrong. Nero was a big percentage mover, but I think everyone was looking at both the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, a millionth push that AMC put on. Each time it looked like it was going to reverse. I mean, the buying was tremendous on volume, and it was doing a ton of volume when it consolidated at 42. So that was always going to be a big sign. We're right back in that same cluster, and I think that's why it's so important today, because given how much interest there was between that 41 and 42, I'm not surprised to see us testing those levels here in the morning. 50 is a monster level on AMC if we were to ever get there. I think that's why we had that in the poll. First things first, it's got to get off that bump, and that bump for now is this 41, guys. So lots of activity today, and there's no avoiding AMC, which is a pre-market, not volume leader, because there's some small caps doing more, but just in terms of notional value, it's right up there.
Okay, guys, we're going to go apes to the moon right now because, yeah, we're already in a 30-cent win right now on AMC. So in right here at 41.70. Upside, we took some out at 95 or 96 there for 20 cents. And now we'll wait to see what happens at 42.50. So a nice little long right now on AMC. I'm still looking at a 44 break. We tweeted it out. It is on the sticky notes. So watch out for Sticky Note Society. There's a few things on there as well. And then we'll just go walking on water a bit here as DraftKings right now, 55 cents in the money. We got 46.85. We took it out there at 29. So that's half. So that's a good little win there to start the day, 50 cents on board. So right now, just to review what we have on, AMC right now, long, that's 40 cents in the money. DraftKings, 50 cents in the money. And then Neuro right now, 85 cents in the money and looking for higher highs right now in Neuro. The only thing that's of issue for me is the CEMI. And the thing is, it broke. Like, I don't even know why I took the 4 short. I should have waited for a little bit lower than that, but we did take the 4 short and we've averaged into it again. This is my largest position because we've averaged in, but we've already taken profits on everything else. So far, so good here today. Like I said, it should be a big day. We're excited.
There's a number of earnings to get through this morning. We will, of course, talk about Netflix, the big one coming up. Before we get to that, though, Coke reported, nice move for Coke. I want to mention this one, though. Johnson & Johnson, guys. J&J out this morning with earnings. And I'll show you this number, if I can find it, once again, way down here. It was $2.5 billion. There it is. $2.5 billion forecast for 2021 in COVID-19 vaccine sales, which is higher than prior numbers that they had given. So J&J here. I mean, we're getting into significant levels up here once again, but on the move here in the pre-market.
Yeah, I mean, I think we mentioned J&J the other day. Well, maybe the other day was probably yesterday when we talked about them, looking to finalize some of what's going on with their lawsuits. And I think that's part of the story here, in addition to those numbers. Now, I would almost throw the vaccine stuff out of the way and start thinking about J&J, the company, and the overall healthcare space. And it's a nice defensive play. And this is interesting. Even in this booming market, there have been some really good defensive plays, which are giving some returns. Now, healthcare has been fantastic. So you look at your J&Js and your Pfizers. Consumer goods have been good. J&J's got a piece of that as well, like your Procters and your Pepsis. It gives you a little bit of everything, and it gives you that dividend. The potential breakout on this name through like a 174, it doesn't usually have the volatility to get you there today, but sometimes you got to be willing to buy higher. I think that's a break that looks pretty solid. If there's any weakness today, I mean, I'm looking right back towards like this 168 area, I think maybe for actionable trades, but there's going to be bigger fish to fry from a day trading standpoint. I like the direction where they're going here in J&J, at least, getting off the schneid, and it will go as the market goes. But healthcare has been pretty fantastic, and consumer discretionary is a good place to be if you want to be in a safer space. So you gotta like J&J for those reasons. I'm in semi like Sean and Neuro. I dipped in and out, like I said, of AMC. Also watch out for that Lex. I haven't gotten in yet, but if it pops to around 11, I might be fading that LEXX. I know some people talking about that in the chat.
Yeah, we're pretty green today already to start the day, so we're still holding on to the majority of our Neuro there. And I just want to say, so J&J, I'm already long. That's in my long-term portfolio a hell of a long time ago. Started buying that thing like 15 years ago, like Johnson & Johnson. Some of the, any name that you hear me mention, banks or any big cap names like that, I've been buying those. I've been managing my own money since about 21 years old. So right now I'm 24, so it's about 3 years ago. Yeah, that's a joke. I hope you guys get it. Moderna, here's a play that we've talked about for a while as well. We're talking about J&J, so we'll go to the vaccine world. I mean, there's only really been one winner. Pfizer also a big win, but obviously they have other things in their pipeline, just like J&J. But remember the other couple days ago when I said that we're going to look for Moderna puts? Well, guess what? I think it's going to be on. Yesterday, we were looking, I lost a couple $100 in all of this melee there at the end of the day as we were expecting bigger moves. You see a 37 million share print go off right here at the end of the day. It's being rebalanced in the S&P 500. We are expecting big time moves. We actually had a couple bucks in the money there, got out, got back in, and got out on the close when we didn't get the big print that we were hoping for. So Moderna yesterday puts negative on the board, but I still think you got to watch out for this 294 break to the downside here. I mean, that wick was 291, but a 294 break downside on Moderna could get a little spicy. So I'm going to put an order in for that one to see if we can get short on Moderna through 294. But me and Brendan talked about this yesterday, was wondering if there may be, and we can call up the imbalance locator right now. There's really nothing if I sort by size. NASDAQ doesn't come out till 9:28, so we'll watch Carnival. We missed the forward buy. Shout out to Randy, who bought it in the pre-market yesterday. That's a good job there. But CCL bid, and then we'll wait to see Moderna when it comes out on here. But there may still be some buying to do on mRNA. So hopefully, I can remember, and at 9:28, we'll check out the NASDAQ imbalances. And then Neil teased Mark Roberts today, but there is no Mark Roberts. Today, so he'll be back with us on Friday.
All right, let's talk about some automakers and ride sharing. I want to mention Lyft here. We're going to get to Ford. Ford on the watch list this morning, guys, but interesting story out this morning involving this Argo AI, which is a private company. They're teaming up with Ford to launch self-driving vehicles on the Lyft network. And the most interesting part here, by the end of the year, they're talking about having self-driving cars through Ford available on Lyft, guys, by the end of the year. So Lyft not really doing anything here in the pre-market, but worth a look at Ford today.
Yeah, well, I think Lyft is worth a look. I think Uber and Lyft could be interesting plays today just because of the rebound they made. The truth about this, and I know Sean wants to talk about Ford, that's why I wanted to come in here quickly with Lyft, is that if you want to get to the next level, if these businesses are going to be in the next 5 to 10 years, what everyone believes they are, it won't happen without autonomous driving. That's where the scalability is really going to start to come in. That's where they can drive their margins back into the upside here. So it's not going to be in food delivery. It's going to be in autonomous driving. And the truth of the matter is, they've been disappointing reopen plays, but like everything else, they caught some bottoms here. I'm talking about Lyft specifically off of this 50 level. Sometimes when things move to the downside, look to previous key levels for turnarounds, and that was a good one here if you were just pegging that 50 to 51 area on Lyft. It was fantastic for you. As I zoom in here, I'm looking for a dip into 52 on Lyft today. Now I know we're basically flat on the session, but given how strong the rally was in yesterday's action, if this is the start of a little bit of a tiny reversal for some of these types of names, then I would look for a dip buy. I don't like breakouts on Lyft. It doesn't do a lot of pre-market volume. I think you have to wait. Usually you want to wait for the open and then see if you can't fade into a move. Like one or two big sellers come in and overextend it, taking some profit after yesterday's lows. I think that's the way I would play Lyft in here today. No way you ever touch this thing in the pre-market. 40-cent spread, 15,000 shares done. That's a no-go until like a 9 to 9:30 where I want to buy the dip.
Man, we're making a lot of money here in the pre-market. So, yeah, good on this day so far today. And the money's just starting to add up now because we were out of the money on the CEMI, and now it's starting to come back in. So it's really lighting up my face and my net here today as Nero continues to go. Yeah, Damien Project, you asked who had Nero. I don't know what that means exactly, but we took it through 1250 here on that bid. So, we have it there. I know Neil has it 1265. You know, we just took that trade right there, and now we're going to hold Nero on there for a bit. DraftKings still that 57 cents now in the money and moving higher. I mean, I could just take the offer and it'd be 70 cents in the money. But right here, see me going to the downside right now. Yes, sir. That's going to be a big one. Let's hope the Bears can kick in on this. Like, we break back down here through 3, man, and I'm just going to be monstrous on this one. We'll put some bids out near 4, but big trade here for CEMI for me. Okay, so let's talk about Ford quickly. I missed the long, so I'm not in it right now. I mean, I'm still in long. My average price is $8.50 or so on Ford, and it's in my long-term account, so I'm not swing trading this at all or anything like that. We did put a warning out at 16 when I thought it got overextended past the 50-period moving average a little bit too much there. But yeah, it's really a shame because I sold some JP Morgan in the down move there and bought some PaySafe, so kind of rotated names a little bit there. But I did not buy more Ford. And now that I look at this thing, I mean, how good was this dip buy there 2 days ago? Like, 12.80, forget about 12.80, that's the ultimate bottom, but even 13, man, coinciding with a March top there, that was a sick pickup right there. So anybody got this thing at 13, I think you're good. For me, you know, I'm not fully invested, but it's close. I don't mind getting a few more shares here on Ford, but I'm not super, this may surprise some of you, probably not. I've been talking about raising cash and getting some capital going here. So I really do believe that right now the market could be in for a little bit of a rocky rest of the week, possibly bottoming out maybe Friday, Monday next week, something like that. So I am hoping, I've got my shopping list out and it includes Ford on it. And then it includes, I don't know why. I mean, I know why I do this because I love the fans and love talking about long-term investments. But I got Uber on my shopping list down here, 43, 44. Hopefully that can come in the next couple of days. I'd buy right now, but I just think the market has more to go to the downside. And then I hate to talk about this, but you know, Apple's a little tricky right now because Apple's at these highs. I see Neil asking about meds. Yeah, meds is off right now. Huge. That's pets, I believe. Some sort of a pet business there with meds. We'll find out more about this, but yeah, meds up right now, 44%. I was just getting to Apple and saying that maybe it's time to trim some of that, but they're coming next week. So I don't know. IBM was big, so maybe tech is fine. What's up, Brendan?
Yeah, let's have a look at Trexaid, guys, which is that MEDS. As you said, up 45%. Just watching $8 here. It's a new telehealth deal. So they announced a new combination with this Winn-Dixie, which is a grocery retailer for telehealth services. If you remember, we talked about this one going back, I think it was 2 weeks ago. And then another 2 weeks before that, they've been announcing these types of deals in the telehealth, telemedicine space for the past month or so. But yeah, nicely positive here for this MEDS.
Yeah, and look, they've had spikes up, and as Brendan just mentioned, June, spike, fade. You have another one here beginning of July, and then right here towards the end of July, obviously where we are now, another spike. And you look back to these previous prices, each time it's a little bit lower, 11, it goes to 950. You go back to this bag holder price of 8, and anyone holding on for hope, because it's a strong looking chart, but it's forming a bit of a wedge. If that continues, I think the fade could be in here again today. You saw it reverse. Not at $8. It actually broke through. I think that strength that you saw in the 950 and 11 could be part of the reason why. If it gets a second wind, I'd want to see a lower high around that $8 before I jumped into a short. I'm tracking this one and Lex and sitting in that Neuro's a long, into that semi position to the short side. I've covered a little bit of that, but you know, adding 3 pre-market, you know, I really like that Lex. Because it really does feel like it's going to test 11. But MEDS, that failure rate 8 is not a crazy one. If you have it long for some reason, I mean, it's not a horrible place to trim. And as I say that, it's already heading to the downside. So we're going to be watching MEDS for sure. We still have a ways to go till the open. I mean, it's crazy. Like it does feel like 9:15 already somehow for us here, but we still have over a half an hour till that opens. So you don't want to get too overzealous with some of these small caps too early.
Just talking with Bo there on the chat. What's up, Bo? I know you meant SDC, not SDM for Smile Direct Club. But right now, I sort of agree with you on this one. We'll find out about the shortable interest on this as it's just been getting clobbered. A lot of these recent, I mean, it's not a recent IPO, but a lot of these high growth names that don't even really have a profit yet have been getting hit. So I need to do a little bit more work to make sure that where Smile Direct falls in this category, because wow, holy crap, right now, man, what a banger this was, man, on Neuro today. Like, this is where we're long, guys, right here, 12.50. It's at 14 bucks right now. So it's a $1.52 winner right here for Neuro. 55 cents and still rocking. 55 cents. I mean, this is $1 almost in the money now for DraftKings, rocking and rolling right now. And AMC still looking at that 42.35 here for the nice long. But Smile Direct there, just to get back to that name, I like it. I like what they're doing. I think COVID obviously hit them pretty hard because a lot of their retail spots, I believe, got shut down. It's very, very hard to deal with, mouth issues, and especially if you're not going into a dentist. Like when I go to the dentist, man, there's screens everywhere. It's like a big to-do. It's a big deal, right? So I think Smile Direct can catch some of that wave of the at home, because again, it's fixing up your grill and not having to spend thousands and thousands of dollars at the dentist. So, anyways, I like Smile Direct. I like what they're doing, but I just got to find out a little bit more before I can recommend it as an investment. Holy shnikes, that Neuro, guys. Wow.
Yeah, there's no levels on this Neuro, by the way, guys. That's the one thing to consider here. Like, it's not like, we usually point to like bag holding prices. So, I mean, as scientific as it gets, 15 even, that's a nice little round number. I want to see what looks like the offer before I would consider getting out. Look, for me, it was like a 12.65 break. It doesn't really matter, but 12.50, 12.65, it's exactly 20% of that 15. 15 the round number. That's as far as I would get for that one. We've seen these reverse hard, sometimes doing some good dip buys, and off the open, I would expect if Neuro continues this run and you don't want to get caught in a halt, then watch out for Neuro, because that's exactly the type of stock that could halt within a minute or two at the open as the volume comes into the buy side, or even on a flush. If it's at that high, you can see the same thing come in here, guys. So lots of crazy activity. That semi, I want to be adding to it in front of 435. That looks like a good level.
All right, a few analyst moves to contend with this morning. We'll talk about Netflix, obviously, coming up. JP Morgan with an upgrade on that one today after earnings. Chipotle on here to the upside as well. Oh hum, another quarter, another beat for CMG. Sundial here as well to the downside, guys. Worth noting, Wish, Context Logic, Bank of America cutting its price target on that. Nothing else terribly exciting on that side of the board, though.
Oh, Wish.
All right, so we're tweeting this out. Yeah, buddy, as we just put it out. If you want to follow along right now on Twitter, I've just put up all my positions right here as well. So I'll put that in the chat. And I just want to remind people, we talked about this earlier on, like, don't send any Bitcoin to me. Don't send anything to anybody here on our team, guys. I mean, we're trading here live for free every single day. Make sure that it's at Trader TV Sean, just like this, guys. And then you can check out our profiles and things like that. Make sure that you're reading the right names there, because also my Instagram is also getting attacked a little bit right now. So I'll put up my official gram on here on the chat as well. So at Trader TV Sean, there's a flashback to when Neil and I used to sit beside each other with my kids, who are now way bigger than that right now. Let's refresh. Over 30, about 3150, 3162 followers right there. So thank you for the love on that. But just be very, very careful there. As right now, man, I mean, let's call it what it is right now, man. We're coming crashing in here. We're 4 for 4. The markets haven't even opened yet, and they're all monsters. Like Neuro, guys, $2 in the money and still running to the north side here and still going, guys. Like, and I tweeted out all these levels. They're all right here, by the way, guys. Like, if you check out the sticky note, I mean, let's call that up quickly here just to show you. A lot of people looking for resources, right, on what to look for, what to trade for, right? So, I mean, right here, Neuro, 13 longs, right? We have 1250s, semi there as well, going long through 450, but instead that doesn't happen. So we hit the short. You could have shorted through there 450. So So there's lots of levels, lots of stuff going on. But here we go. $2.70 now, in the money on Nero. DraftKings ripping up. Semi, we just took it out. CME, we just took that out as well for a little bit of a winner. Let's see if it now cracks below 4. And then AMC still running to the north side. So we're going to go 4 for 4. And already, guys, hit our daily goal. And we still have 35 minutes to go. So I hope you're enjoying the show so far. I hope we've given you some good trade ideas. And I know a lot of you can't trade in the pre-market or you're under PDT. So, pick your trades and pick them very, very carefully. But right now, Neuro off to the races. Wowie, guys.
Yeah, I just looked quickly. I saw a refresher at 15 on Neuro. The second I saw that, I got out of my trade. So I'm all out of Neuro. I think there's still going to be a chance to look at it, but it blew through 15 and immediately refreshed that level twice, guys. So watch out for Neuro.
All right. Feels like it's been a busy day already in the market's not even open. Let's get into what's moving in the pre-market, guys. If you need the morning note that we send out every single day, that is the link that you can grab that. Just register with an email, whatever you like. Absolutely free to you every single day before we come on at 8:30. Let's talk about Netflix, guys. The big earnings report from last night after market, big move down after market after this report. It was the Q3 sub growth number that was a problem. Everything else was either kind of in line with expectations or a little bit to the downside. So we're kind of hovering here. Yeah, it did bounce back nicely in the aftermarket yesterday, but still down 1% here, guys.
Yeah, I made a rather gross sound. It was kind of accidental because John was like, Netflix out, and I pulled up the chart and was like, bleh, and it was disgusting. I saw it go down to like 500 there. Sometimes that snapback trade is a good one, and I'm telling you, if you can catch that falling sword, if you're really, really fast, there's opportunities, but you have to have a level in mind. I look at Netflix, and I think it's going to be, for me, the first look is a fade. Just the way that it's going to be set up today. You can go to the daily chart very, very quickly. It's a bit of a trend break below that 525 here. And look, again, that forecast was not what people wanted to see. Sure, the current quarter is fantastic in terms of adding subscribers, and really, you get the EPS miss, but it's all about that sub growth. And they do have some interesting names coming through in terms of content, which I absolutely love. But price action is price action. So once we break that 525, and then have that opportunity here to follow through with that move. I'm looking at this, as long as we don't test and break the 530 high here, and these are dark pool prints, ignore all these wicks, but 530 is the key level. As long as that doesn't get taken out in the pre-market, I'm looking at Netflix the other way, looking for a 522.50-ish breakdown trade with a tight stop around that 25, maybe give it like a few extra pennies or like half $1 or so, just to make sure you don't get wicked out. But the rollover trade does look pretty interesting for me here today. The 530 break, I'm going to stay away from it just because it runs right immediately into yesterday's tops, which, if it's going to get going, it would need to see a break through those guys. So I want to be bullish on Netflix. Going to have to go south side.
All right, here it goes, guys. Look at Nero, takes out that 15, and now it's run, baby, run to the north side right here. We throw up the diamond hands because right now this is $2.50 on a $12 name. So, I mean, this is 25% win rate here on your account. So right now to the upside goes through 15. Let's see what happens now. I don't have any plans of getting out, man. I'm here to hit the home run. So let's wait to see how high we go up. I mean, we're already in a home run. Our net is literally exploding right now to the north side as everything we have on goes 4 for 4 right now as this CEMI just continues its move to the downside. We've only taken 30% out right there, a third out. So now our average price 414 as we just continue to march to the downside. I mean, I don't even know how much are we going to make if AMC starts to go to the north side right now as well. So we're waiting for that. Look, I told you yesterday, and I told everybody it's been about a week now that I said this is the name Netflix that I wanted to get into. I was just hoping that these bottoms would hold. And they did, but it was too fast. I'm not getting in to something there on. I mean, this is a perfect level. Like, I wish that the market could fall back down here. It's the only major cap. I mean, I pretty much have 10 of the biggest NASDAQ names that are out there. But this is the one, I mean, Netflix is not, I don't think it's part of that right now, but Netflix is the one name that I don't have. I did have this name in my portfolio, sub $50 or sub $60, but I dropped it, and I wish I didn't. And I was hoping that we'd get a refresh back here. So I wrote down on the sheet here that we would look at Netflix 520. So if we can get a 520 bid, a short through 520 or a 520 bid, the point is that just looking at this level that held yesterday. So we'll look at 520. I still think we could retest lower. It wasn't a fantastic quarter, but I mean, I'm not worried. I think their content actually, I think, beats pretty much all the other content that's out there. We'll wait to see. I mean, Disney's going to keep producing their stuff, but Netflix just has that unique variety, right? So we'll wait to see about Disney Plus and Apple Plus and things like that. I don't know if it's called Apple Plus, but Apple TV. I'm a subscriber to everything, so we'll wait to see where it goes. But I do like Netflix. Just wish it was down near $4.98. And man, this Neuro, guys, 15 and change. That high at 15.50. We'll see if it takes that out one more time. But we're going to get out probably if it breaks back down below 14.50 or so as well. We'll get out. So completely understanding that we're giving it up, and 15's a good out here. But let's wait to see where we go from here on Neuro. 14.50 or so will be my target out. But what a great day this has been, guys.
Just checking on that Neuro, guys. That thing has been split 4 times since back in 2015. Was once a $130 stock. If you can believe that. So lots of room, to say the least, to the upside for NURO. Let's bring in Arun here and get a check on the overall market, see what we need to be aware of for the futures today. Arun, big move to start the week, back up yesterday. What are we looking at today?
Yeah, yesterday the market really opened up. It was that pivot level, or that area of inflection that I was looking at, 4280-ish. If we got above there, we had a chance to go. We took off as soon as we got above there, we were gone. So with that kind of a move yesterday, there really is no level I can see that we can work with to the downside. The only level I had, well, at least nearby anyways, the only level I was working with yesterday was for around the 4260 mark for the long. Well, that's the only one level I've got, and that's almost 60 points away. So we can't really work with anything to the downside. We got to look at the upside. The upside does have 4350. So anytime we cross 4330, we could potentially find some sell side action, maybe a short on a rally if it sets up. Again, it's got to set up, right? So 4350 is what I'm looking at to the upside. Today's overnight action seems a little mixed. We got action on top, we got action below. So we're kind of sitting in between, trying to figure out which direction we want to go. This could technically be just a consolidation after a rally, which is kind of expected. At the same time, we're at a point where this could just completely reverse. So this consolidation, what we do with this consolidation, which is between 43.10 and the current high, well, not even the current high, but around 43.30 or so, we did get above there in the pre-market, but I'm looking at 43.33, 43.30 to 43.10, anything in between. That's where the majority of the volume is concentrated. So depending on how we break out of this consolidation, I think that will dictate what this market wants to do with yesterday's move. Will it be a reversal, or will it just be an extension? If this is an extension and we get above 43.50, I think you have a real chance going to all-time highs again, because there really isn't a whole lot stopping you once you cross that 43.50 mark. So that is the big next area or level, 43.30 through 43.30 to 43.50. That's the big area that we got to get through. If we can get through that, all-time highs next on deck.
Great stuff. Thanks, Arun. We'll check back in again tomorrow morning. Yeah, it's pretty impressive after yesterday. I mean, 3.7, I think it was, 3.7% off all-time highs at the lows. And here we are right back to talking about all-time highs again. United Airlines, next on the list here, guys. Another one that reported stronger than expected revenue and revenue growth in the current quarter. That was mainly due to a lot more people obviously traveling once again and taking vacations once again. They also said, they still reported a loss, but they also said that there's a good chance they could still be profitable by Q4 of this year.
And this is one of the reasons why I had a mark on the brain, because I talked about him convincing me to take a stronger look at the airlines. That's the reason why I was dwelling on it. And yeah, good pullback in those, and I'm sure he's going to be happy with that movement for sure. But like, it's going to be very similar to like that chart we saw in Lyft. you're going to see a similar chart looking over in CCL. This is going right back into some interesting resistance levels on UAL's point, and I'm looking at 48.8 here. 48.65 is the level I wrote down, but 48.65 into 48.80 is going to be the price range we have to watch out for. So I know it's a little bit pessimistic, but if it presses into this double, well, it's more like almost like a 2.5 top, we'll call it, but double top at 48.65. I think that's resistance on this particular airline. Already up 2%, but I think it might have a bit of a turn if it gets there. So that's the only look I have for UAL. If I play the long, it might be over in a Carnival in the travel space. But that 16 we're now on that Neuro. This thing is going to halt in one direction or the other off the open. I'm almost guaranteed the way it's moving here today. Should be crazy.
Yeah, man, we already have a $4 winner right now as the diamond hands come shining through right here for Neuro. And wow, I'm just sitting here, guys, like you see it in the chat. This is just, yeah, Russell Jackson, shout out to you. Shout out to Lori. Shout out to everybody that's on this name here with me today. Big time win for Neuro to the upside. But I mean, you got to take some out at some point, right? So I'm just going to wait to see what does happen. I'm actually looking at this 1550 level and just thinking that, you know what, if we get a pullback to 1550, that might be enough for me just to get out of that one and move on, because it's just been such a big win here that, you know, you guys know I have more damage to come here when the market does open up. So, you know, we could put in our pocket right now a smooth $3 to start the day. Like a 1250 name here, we could take $3 in a matter of 15, 20 minutes. So that's probably something that we should do. So I'm going to put in the stop order right now on this name, put it in there right there. So now it's in. Just got to make sure I cancel my other ones because we are going to go lower here. If we do go lower, I want to make sure I don't go short by accident. But there it is. So the out now 1550, and we just put the link into our chat there, and we gave you our 4 for 4 positions right now. So we're 4 for 4 right now. DraftKings, Neuro, AMC, CME. You can all see it right there. 4 for 4 to start the day, and yeah, wow, just cannot believe some of these moves that these names are having. We did get out of some of these CME here at 396. So that was my last take on that one. We emptied some out at 03 and 04 and then 96 there. So we're going to watch that one happen. And then again, guys, don't be too like, I know Brendan just mentioned that Neuro was at one point, I mean, it's split. I think this is the one you said split, right? Yeah. So at one point here was way, way up, but it was also way, way down. So don't get like too caught there, doe-eyed or with rose-colored glasses where you think this could still go up. I mean, sure, we've had a lot of stocks hit. It's fibromyalgia, right? So it's a big discovery here. I believe that's what they were anyways. So it's a big one for them. So we'll see where it can go. But I mean, you know, I don't consider this a gift horse because this is the play for it here. But again, not taking profits at 1550, I think is a mistake. So let's wait to see where it goes. But we've let it run up this high. So make sure that you do take some kind of profit here, as it looks like we're going to break through 16. So take some profit if you still have some on. I've already taken out 2/3 way too early. So we're holding on to the last third for that big, big home run. So let's go walking on water today. But you got to take profit like we did there on CME. We're willing to do that at Neuro 1550, guys.
Yeah, let's talk about some Chinese EV makers. XPeng in the news today. NIO also moving around here in the pre-market, but XPEV. Alibaba Group, guys, disclosing a 191.9 million share position in their Chinese listing of this one, XPEV. So up 2% for that.
Up 2%, actually fading here a bit in the pre-market, but like keep in mind this is on really, really low volume, and it just never does a lot of pre-market volume on XPeng here, unfortunately. So there we go, finally loading up my 15-minute chart there. I had a bit of a freeze. This is right at a key level, and I'm throwing this 41.90 to 42 right in the face here. If we can break out through that price, you know, you have some room to run up to like a 45 print. You saw on the daily chart, it's trying to get back above, right back to those levels after bouncing off to 50. All that said, you know, with the light volume, I'm not taking a breakout that has any chance to hit in XPeng pre-market. It tends to always be a bad idea for me here. So if it dips down, I think you want to be holding like a 41 level. And if 41 holds, I think you got a chance to rip to the upside here and then take out that 41.90 to 42. I will not fault anybody for for preferring to trade NIO or a Tesla in the EV space. But you know, XPeng, when it gets going and it has its own news, that can be the vehicle to trade in sometimes today. And there is a nice level at that 41.90 and 42 area. And then dip buy at 41. I'd have to see it really, like barcode down there or snap back up and catch a big bid before I got into the dip buy in the long. I much prefer that break. I just don't like it in the pre-market when spreads are 15 to 20 cents on a $40 stock and volume is barely over 250,000 shares. I'm now out of half of my semi. When it broke that $4 range. I will still get back into it. Should actually pull it up for you guys here. It's on the NASDAQ. I will get back into it on a 930 pop if it wants to do so. That's 15, forget about that. If it tries to pop back to that 435 range, I want to do that rollover trade at 930 on any kind of strength in CEMI. I want to do the same thing over in Lex, which already fell back and reversed to $1.50. So Lex, all of its strength is pretty much gone at this particular point. I want it to come back in at 930 so I can short the pop.
Okay, so we did get out of Neuro there, but I don't think it broke 1550, but for some reason we did get ticked out there at that level. So we just bought right back in. So it's only going to show me long now, 1566. But man, we're making more money again on that long. So here we go, man. Neuro just continues to go. Yes. Yes, thank God for that one, guys. It's only going to show me long right now, 1566, but the cash just keeps on piling in as we got out and right back long again. So I don't think it broke 1550 there, as I don't know why that triggered out, but I mean, we do have a 48 there maybe. I was watching it. I don't know. That's why I got right back in. So I don't think it really broke there, but okay. If you got wicked out there as well, then good trade, first of all. And then second of all, good trade on CME here as well, as it's right back into those levels. Look, I was just calling up Neo there. Wow, I might just take this Neuro out, man. Another one here, guys. So 1670, like we're long another 70-cent winner here for NURO, and still Rip City right now. If you're joining us late, man, the bid on this one was downside at 1650. 1265 right here. That's 1265 is Neo's position. 1250 was mine. Okay, let's go over to Neo quickly. Quick. Actually, it doesn't have to be quick. We still have 20 minutes. What are we doing? Okay, let's go forward. And I just want to show you yesterday's chart here. Oh, it's not on. I just had my positions on here. Okay, so yesterday we were long and we took $1 plus on this name. So we actually bought the dips yesterday on Neo. Maybe if I switch stocks and then come back to Neo? Nah, it still doesn't show it. Okay, we did have our ticks on here yesterday. I was hoping to show you guys. But the point is, it's on the watch list right now. Wow, Neuro now $1, more than $1 now in the money on this last piece of Neuro. Holy shoot. Anyways, 44.40 we've marked down there on the sticky note. You could join me on Twitter or just look here. 44.40, yesterday's high. Holy Neuro, what a beast that stock continues to be. This is 44.40 right there, yesterday's high. So we'll see if we can take that out. It looks like we'll do that right now. I don't want to get in. Do I just get out of Neuro? I don't know if we want to get in here at 44.40 or not.
This stock's going to halt upside off the open. I would maybe just take the opening print. That's the opening print if it halts, right? Like it'll be like 20
man, I made like $7 on this. I mean, I think you're right. It probably will halt off the open, but $17 right now on Neuro and still ripping. Okay, what's the plan on Neo, Sean? Focus here. Sometimes when this stuff just starts coming in, like where's the cash button here? This is just what's happening today so far. Ringing the register on some of these things now. 28 cents, like look at AMC. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, the dip buys here, 42.50. We're gonna try to hold. Get out of here, Neo. There's more important things on my mind right now. AMC, 35 cents in the money right now. CME, 30 cents in the money as well. On the downside, DraftKings, 21 cents in the money. And then Neuro, realistically, guys, $4.50 in the money, but we did get that out. But you know what? The thing is, we're right back in it. So we're making a hell of a lot more money now that we got back in on that trade. So a nice move to the upside now as Neuro continues to make money out of nowhere here today. What a big trade this has been. Wow for Neuro, guys. Let's go.
Best part of that stock is the float, guys, is 3 million shares. So it's already done 15 million so far today. It's 9:15, or almost 9:15. We haven't even talked about crypto yet because there was a big bounce in cryptos, guys. Coinbase, pretty active here in the pre-market, trying to get back to the upside, retaking 220 in the pre-market, trying to hold here anyways for Coinbase. But all these crypto-related stocks, very strong.
I want to be excited about Coinbase. I'd love to be. If it gets a push back into like 225, I think maybe we'll look for a bit of a dip buy. I had that written down, and that 220 is like a line in the sand type of level. But you know, I can't look the momentum on it. It's not doing a lot of volume here pre-market. It's great that we had a bit of a bounce. Some of those names like your like your MSTR, your Maras are going to do a little bit better today. Silvergate was up, but you know, unless we get a dip buy, we're only at like 31 in spot. And realistically, we got to get above 35,000 before I'm too excited about this bounce. We're not really breaking out of that range just yet. So Coinbase, if there's a dip buy in there, that's about the only trade that I'm going to like here today. And again, no pre-market volume. There's like Neuro's done like 16.5 million shares pre-market, maybe a tad more. Semi's done like 20 million shares plus. AMC's done 3 million. On a day in which we get that rally back above 30,000, Coinbase has done under 100,000 shares. So unless it's going to be buying the dip and getting some value, I don't see the trade there. And for those of you guys trading your Rise and your Mars, just watch spot pretty closely here because you know, it's not a huge bounce just yet, and if it doesn't follow through, you could be retesting 30,000 at some point.
Yeah, don't have FOMO with Neuro, guys. I mean, this is just, you know, I can't have all the winners all the time, and neither can you, and neither can anybody. So sometimes you get a little lucky to get these today. 4 for 4, though, to start the morning, and they're all like bang, bang, bangers, guys, to go here. We did talk a little bit about crypto earlier when we were doing the parade of ADA there. We talked about it not holding. Sorry, ADA did hold. We bought yesterday again, guys, and like I'm saying, I don't know where this rabbit tail is that I have here, a rabbit foot, but it's been pretty lucky here. We bought ADA again yesterday at $1.05, so it's nice to see it back at 116 right now today. So that's a big win there, 10 cents on a buck. So we'll call that 8, 9, 10% there, depending where you got it and where you get out. So I'm not getting out, so it doesn't really matter. But Coinbase, whatever, man, I'm over that. I'm over that stock right now. I'm just going to hold that forever. Give that to my 9-year-old, and he could deal with it when he's retired. But I don't even care about Coinbase anymore. But it's a good trade if you do like the space. I'd rather just. I'm almost speechless right now about this Neuro as it just keeps going up. And anyways, I like Coinbase to buy on any of these dips. I think right now is a decent spot to buy for Coinbase, but at the same time, man, my last buy was 231. That's right where it's at right now. I would say just tread lightly on some of these names with Coinbase and everything. See me going, DraftKings going, AMC going, Neuro going. Wow, what a morning, and there's still 14 minutes to go. Like, I'm almost already exhausted here, and the market hasn't even opened. So I'm gonna have a lot happening here today. Wow, Neuro's now at $18, guys. Congratulations to everybody out there that spun the wheel with me and decided to hold this. So congratulations, because today this is what's happening right now. It's a jackpot for all you Neuro holders, guys. So congratulations. Let's go.
Let's talk about AMC and GameStop here. Big moves back to the upside yesterday that we saw. If you joined us live on the show, they announced some executive changes today, as we mentioned. They talked about those theaters that they're taking over in the LA area yesterday. That seemed to be a bit of a positive catalyst. There was new short data out from S3 Partners as well after market yesterday. It's still around 15% according to S3 on the short side. But AMC, guys, I mean, we're in negative territory. Very active again this morning, trying to hold this 42.
Yeah, I mean, I think off the bat, we did talk about this one very, very quickly. I think that level that I looked at, of course, is that pullback in the afternoon to 41.40, and I think you got to extend that to 41. So just reiterating what we already said here, it has the potential to try and make this break off of, this is a post-market pullback price, by the way, in the chart. It was doing some decent volume in the post-market, so it's a breakout. I think looking at like a 42, if you're looking at this peak, that's about 42.35. That entirety of that range, about 42 even to 42.35. So there is a chance for a runner off the open. If this was at high of the day, you'd be a little bit more concerned with it here, but you know, I'm looking at that 41. If it plows through this level off of the open, I mean, I wouldn't be holding on to any longs through there, because you're then looking at the afternoon breakout price of 40 even. That's a better one. So on a dip buy, I already tried it once and got out because I have a stop. It hits, I'm going to be out in the pre-market. If it breaks that 41, I'm looking at that 40. I want this 42.50-ish breakout to the upside for a bit of a scalp trade. We're getting pretty close to this open. I hate breakouts that occur essentially right at, if on a New York stock, just to let you guys know, on a New York stock, if you catch a break right at the open or like 30 seconds for it, and then the stock doesn't open right away, like that new NYB print. I've never had a lot of success with it, so I either want it to happen now, taking out this 42.35 to 42.50 area, or I'll probably not take the break if it's between the 9:28 and 9:30 there, guys. So I don't like that break in the last 2 minutes, but it still has, look, we still have 10 minutes to go. It just feels like it's the open right now, so there's still room for it to run.
So yeah, we're 70 cents right now in the money. So we'll hit the siren right now for this trade on AMC. As my eyes keep going over to my what we call it a blotter, like it's our portfolio view there, because I'm just looking to make sure that all these stocks are continuing this march to the high side and then see me to the downside. I can't believe I have the 3 longs that are running like crazy, and then see me, the one that's going short side, is working out as well. But okay, so AMC, I've already tweeted it out on the sticky note. It's one of the only names on there. It was a great 24% move yesterday. I do want to buy the pullbacks. That's why we're long right now. Pulled back in there. We're going to look at a 40 support on the downside here. So we'll just wait to see. Yesterday we close around, I mean, we don't close. We closed like, where did we close? I mean, here, right here. Yeah, 43.50. So we basically closed. Let's see the exact closing price here. Yes, I'll get it for you. 43.50-ish. We'll find it exactly. But the point is, we are still down. I think we go green today. So my target is upside 44 to get out of this trade, and then maybe we'll go long through 44. So lots of trades happening as I'm at the highest spot we've been at all day now, as Neuro, DraftKings, and CME continue to make winners here. And I think it's actually AMC that's going up now, 79 cents now in the money, and continuing to grow here. So good account size here. Good trade for AMC. It's already done 3.5 million shares. So that's holy. This has just been, I mean, Neuro now 17, just taking out highs right now. It just touched again 1780. So just to give you guys an idea of where I was going to get out, like I'm thinking about just trying to take $1. Like right now we're $2 in the money, but the 1660 right around here where we dipped down to, I'm going to try to hold the last bit. Like we're already long 12.50, right? And we got that out at 15.50 for $3 win. Then we realized that that was a fake down move. So we get right back in again. And this is what it's all about, guys. Wow. AMC now, guys, starting to go to the upside. Just takes out 42.50. And now we have 79 cents on this one, $1.79 here. And then CME making a winner out of us as well, as that's coming to the downside. Its lowest spot right now. This is what happens when you believe in something. Tick, 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 boom. And then you make that trade, and then you raise the Canadian flag to honor our Olympic athletes that are now over there in Tokyo. And I say a good luck to all of you. Bring home the gold. Although I noticed on my gambling site, that's right, I also gamble with sports, that Canada's only 4.5 for gold medals, so over under 4.5. I don't know where they're really going to come from, but I think we could beat that. The bet I like, actually.
We're good at trampoline, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
We're really good at
or cycling or something. The bet that I like, though, and no offense to anybody in the UK, 14.5 gold medals for the UK. I've already bet the under on that one. So let's get out of some CME now. 35 cents in the money on this one. Let's just go, man. We're making a lot of money here, but we're still going to keep our accounts open to trade here as we get going. So a big win today. Wow, this has been one of my best mornings of all time, to be honest with you guys.
All right, a few minutes to go here before we get to the open. Yeah, it's not even open yet, the market. Tesla Incorporated, another one looking really strong, guys. Coming back to this afternoon high that we had late in the day yesterday before a little bit of a sell-off. But Elon tweeting late yesterday that they're going to open up their charging network to other EV manufacturers. So 25,000 plus superchargers all across the globe. They're going to make that available to the Fords, the GMs, the other EV makers of the world. So not significant news here, but this is a positive looking chart so far today.
It is, and look at the high. It's right at the 663, but lurking up here is that 665, 666 area that you know I'm usually going to be in love with. So look, if you're not above 666, then for me it's not a breakout of pre-market highs. Be careful for a bit of a reversal. We did turn around and have momentum turn in last week's action right at that 666 level. But I'm looking for Tesla to finally make it a little bit of a bounce. You're definitely seeing that in the last couple of sessions. Certainly. there's been enough negative energy. There's been enough negative energy around Tesla, and it's been waiting for this move to get to that 700. Probably needed the market to do what it did yesterday. I think to get some legs under this one here today. So I said I don't excuse anybody if you don't like XPeng and you don't want to trade that. You're looking at NIO, and I know Sean's talking about that one. And then you have, of course, Tesla, which is going to be that other gem. If we break out 666, I like that one all the way to about 680, which is the usual stop to that 700. We're basically flat on the session on Tesla today, slightly up from a 660 close. I don't like any dip buys in this because if the market rolls over, I kind of feel like I don't want to be, sort of picking a turn on Tesla. Might fall a little bit further than I would anticipate, but I'll go with that 666 area until it proves me wrong. It's always been a good one. Bit of a buy here at 662 that I just saw on the level 2. And I should already say, let's not look gift horses in the mouth on semi, I don't know what we're calling it here. I say semi because that Coming to America, and I think of Arsenio Hall's character. But it just got to 390, plucked a bid down here. I'm always going to cover on a play like this a lot of my shares in front of the pre-market low because I'm looking for that 930 rollover trade. Someone asked where am I reloading? It's where and when. I'm not taking any more short unless it is at that open in that last minute or right at 930 when sometimes it tries to push back into a previous resistance. For me, I'm looking lower high. That lower high is 435. If it takes out the top, I would be long gone before that even happens. So I'm short at the quarters as an average price right now, 4.25. I'll look to reload at 930, Brendan.
All right, a couple of little ones, bottom end of the board, including that CEMI. This one as well, Lex, LEXX up on positive news today. A couple of things to be aware of on this one technically. This high, going back to this day over here, is $9 or around $9. So we already broke that to the downside. That was support initially in the pre-market. Above that, you got to give it all the way to 10. So big range on this one so far this morning, but needs to hold 9 now if it's going to continue to the downside. But we get back above 9. Watch for a test of 10 again on LEXX, guys.
Yeah, Lex is going to be a similar thing. I love the chance that this could pop to the upside, but it's already rolled over. I know a few people were looking at this name and playing it off VWAP. Great look to you guys. It looked relatively strong. That's why I thought it had a chance to get back and put a lower high at 11 even. It's actually easy to borrow for us, by the way. Just going to throw that tidbit out there because a lot of time these stocks, we're paying to short them. So take with that as you will. Basically, anyone can short this one for free. Could be a contributing factor to the weakness that it's already shown here, LEXX. Done decent volume, nowhere near the notional volume that we're seeing in some of the other names, but if that pops off the open, I'll be looking for that quick reversal as well.
All right, guys, it's about that time. I just took a little break to get filled up here. It's been a Hey, what happened there? Let's go. That should be longer. Let's see the fruit salad. It's fruit salad time as we go here. So congratulations, anybody that has these longs. Time to reward ourselves here with a little bit of fruit salad in the Bang Cup now. So there you go. Here it is right here. So it's some nice fruit salad. We'll take a little bit of that, get a little bit refreshed here as we have 99 problems. But profit taking ain't one today as we've just been going nuts here on the morning. And we do have another 70-cent win right now as AMC does touch that high of 42.60 and now a little bit of a pullback here. I do want to hold this either till 40. I want to buy more or we wait until this 44 top and then get out a little bit there. So I think we'll put an offer, around here in case we do get a spike up, 43.60, 43.70, something like that. We'll take out that if it comes up. So another $1 upside here for AMC. We'll do that. Let me know what your favorite fruit is there in the chat. Today, mine will be green grapes in here. There's some green grapes. There's honeydew melon. There's red grapes. Maybe you're a red or green grape person, but we'll throw it back to Brendan. Now, red or green grapes, Brendan?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Let me think. Green. I'm going to go green.
Green. Good.
It depends on what time of year it is, I find, though. Sometimes the
Right,
red
that
ones
makes sense.
can be very sweet later on in the year. Anyways, there's a couple minutes
Way to
left, guys.
analyze it, Brendan.
Yeah, that's what I do. It's a couple minutes to go here, guys. We have gotten through all of the names, so I'll hand it off to you.
Oh, and I want to come to CCL just because a couple people asked in the chat about this, and apologies for not getting to it. I know we talked to UAL. I got 22 to 22.40 is a bit of a chop zone here. It's come all the way back. Nice little V shape in a few sessions here. And this is why I think you got to play with a little bit of caution to the long side. We had a good long in it yesterday. And it was a good breakout. So, I liked that look, making that washout bottom off 19. Then we liked that breakout. That's going to be clear as day. It fills in the gap. Now you're trying to get to the top end where this really accelerated. So you had the move down, tried to put that V and then failed right in this 22 to 2240 range. If this market starts heading southbound and this has not broken 2240, then that's a short just about any price in front, and use a 2240 stop. So I'm not touching CCL longs in this range. It would have to dip down back to that 21 before I'd even think about it. I've got AMC. I got back into it on that 50 break, basically holding around flat. I'll buy a dip at 42, but AMC needs to start getting itself going. And now here comes that semi. There's a reason why we don't look a gift horse in the mouth and you get the small cap and take some out in front of that pre-market low, because now we're at that 9:30 time where I'm looking for the pop to be able to reload in this range here. Same thing on Lex, although that hasn't even budged. It hasn't even budged off the lows. Lex is looking very, very weak at this particular moment, so it might not even get all the way to 10, even if it does pop.
Yeah, I just got some good news. I got approved for vacation day, November 26th. I will not be here. That is half day after the U.S. Thanksgiving. So taking the kids to Great Wolf Lodge on that day.
Oh,
so,
nice. We're just talking.
God, get me for that one. We'll see how that goes.
Don't drink and
there.
swim.
So Great Wolf Lodge.
Actually, don't do drink.
Coming up. Oh God! And then my wife just mentioned to me right now that she's writing the checks for gymnastics. My girl's in competitive gymnastics, and trust me when I tell you, it is a lot of money. Oh shoot, we're about to open. Okay, let's get ready to go here as we go. Right now, Valeria, right there, wearing the black and looking really sharp. So good job, Valeria. Let's see, we'll get open now. Let's ring the bell. All right, let's go. We're now open. We're going to watch AMC as it is starting to fall back down a little bit here off the open. We should have looked at the imbalances, and we didn't do that. So AMC right now, okay, now right back up and down. So AMC up and down right now, guys. Let's be very, very careful with some of these trades as you go. Neuro comes out. 1650, we gone
no
on
halt,
Euro
man.
for that dollar winner right there. So it's hot dog party time. Let's keep it going, guys.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I just had that bid in there on AMC, try to catch those 41s, did not get any more in there, and there's no pop whatsoever in either one of these names. I'm just completely shocked that Neuro didn't do something absolutely, there we go. I'm surprised it didn't halt off of the open. It's a crazy wick and somehow manages to hang out in the middle. I think it's why a good place to take profits. I'm going to cancel my bid that I had for a dip buy and then maybe hunt back at around 1570. But I really thought I was looking for a halt down and then a reopen bottom that I could have gone long off of. Neuro somehow hanging out in the middle. So I'd be a little bit careful, guys.
Okay, yeah, same thing here. I was looking around here, making sure that we got our right orders out.
How did it not
to go right now? So DraftKings falling back in. This is why. I mean, Neil talked about taking profits, right? We've done that. We've taken profits on a lot of these names, but DraftKings coming back in on some NFT news. I don't know. I don't really like DraftKings in the middle of the day, so I think I'll just probably exit this trade and then not worry about it at all anymore. So let's get out of some of this trade right now if we can on DraftKings. Let's worry about AMC a little bit because I do want to buy some of these dips into 40, but we're light on it now, so let's wait. I mean, remember, pre-market trades, not super heavy, so we're going to wait to see if we can get some lower dips here on AMC, guys.
Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. I tried twice. I tried the breakout. I'm trying to catch the bid here. There's a decent chance, Neuro's about to halt. There's a decent chance it might give a, I was about to say a decent chance it might give a fill before it does that. Neuro halted to the upside at 1850. I was on the bid trying to catch some. And when it's in that halt state, you can actually still sit on the bid and hope to get a fill. But when it took out that high, they're just going to cancel my orders because I don't want to have pending orders out there when it does reopen, just in case it opens to the downside. So Neuro now on a 5-minute halt. I have no idea why it didn't halt in that first little minute, guys, but crazy, crazy price action here. When it reopens, I'm guessing it's going to be at that 20 that we had talked about.
Oh yeah, really? Is it? Did it bounce that high?
1886 it halted at.
Oh,
if it opens up, it's going to be testing 20 almost automatically, right?
Yeah, shoot, guys. Yeah, so we get out there again. Being disciplined sometimes does hurt. We get out there at 1650, just took that dollar, and then look at that. Wow, good move to the upside. Congratulations, anybody that actually held that one. Good on you there as we continue to go upside there on Neuro. Good job. DraftKings, we didn't get out yet, but I'm still debating that move. So I think that's not a horrible one to do that. We'll wait for DraftKings as it is starting to go to the backside now. But look at the NASDAQ. It just cratered and then came right back. So a lot of things happening. Look at this see me out, guys. You want to talk about a roller coaster right there. Look at that out on CEMI. 85s. Okay, that was a good one. We'll take that out all day, every day if we can get it. So that see me out. Very, very happy with that one. So we're going to watch that as it's continuing to go upside, but we're out. We only have 10% left of that position, so that's a good one. DraftKings still going as well, man. This has been a big day for me, so congratulations to all of you guys, but the day's just starting.
Yeah, and then there goes, of course, we talked about that 41 area, and look, I said extend that 41.40 yesterday's bottom on AMC to 41, and it ticks right down to 41.07. I tried to catch this long trade here and didn't get anything until we got to that 41.80 range. It's ridiculous, guys. It was crazy price action on AMC. Still negative on the session. It's trying to get back up, and I'm only going to hold. I'm going to hold some of this for that 42.50 break, which was a fail. Had to get out basically flat on that, and I've been dip buying ever since. Semi or semi? We'll call it, I said semi, it doesn't really matter. CEMI, as that one tries to come up, I only wanted to fade this closer to that 435 range. So here it starts to come. When it rolls over, if it rolls over, I should say not when, because we're not predicting the future. We're making educated trades here, of course. When it does roll over, if it does roll over, I'm looking up that 435. It's a little bit of ways away from that. That's the only reason I haven't gotten into it just yet again. And yeah, there goes Lex. It couldn't even get to 950. That thing is looking weak.
Yeah, oh yeah, Lex, that was one of the ones that Brandon talked about in the pre-market there, guys. So watch out. If you're not joining us in the pre-market, you're missing out because there's a lot of action here and a lot of hot fire trades happening, hopefully not just in the pre-market, but hopefully we can bring those to you all the time, every day here as we continue to make history with the best trading channel on YouTube, bar none, guys. So what's up, Brandon?
Just talked about it, but DraftKings, guys, the first one to pop up on a scanner here at day highs. So just broke that 47.60 pre-market, 4% now on volume for DKNG.
When you mentioned DraftKings, we do this, man. Let's go. DraftKings, we talked about that failing at that bottom. It doesn't break it, so we don't have to worry about getting out. And now you're rewarded again with another big move here in DKNG, guys. Big time trading happening right now. We're super happy with the flow today. And I just hope that you guys are able to take some profits with us here as well, as some of these can turn on a dime. AMC still that dollar in the money, guys.
Yeah, AMC's trying to get that 42.50 break. He can't seem to do it. Just again, checking UAL, making a nice break to the upside. Not a heck of a lot. For those of you that are looking at halt names, please always check out this page here. It's going to be the current trade halts. There is that PRFX, which someone is asking about here, but that's a good place to find it. NASDAQ Trader, if you are interested in finding volatility. It's currently halted, but so is that Neuro trade as well. Come on, give me a chart. Halting to the upside. Volume 1.5 million. It has a chance to open and break the high of the day, which is always a bit of a bullish sign if it can do it. That's at 458. But look, for me, Neuro, for everybody, I think Neuro is a more interesting name. And apologies to anyone that's interested, of course, in something different. But I like that Neuro. And I just got Netflix. That just broke to the downside. We're looking at that 52.5. It tried to take out the pre-market high. We said if it took out the pre-market high, maybe we wouldn't want that trade, and then it breaks that low. So I'm short in Netflix here. It was a mixed report. I mean, it wasn't all bad. Good bottom if you got that 500, obviously, in the aftermarket. But for now, we're going short side because Netflix, yeah, they're not loving what they saw here with that forward guidance. Brendan?
Not a huge move yet, but one that can give you a move from time and again. BBIG, which is that Vinco Ventures. Just came into 350 where we were in the pre-market there and held. If you remember, this one went all the way to 6 going back a couple weeks ago, guys.
Vinco Ventures, yeah, I do remember that one. And look, we just spin that money thing there. Sorry about that, Brendan. As we spin that money thing for AMC, guys. Here we go. We're getting ready to get out of this trade. It's going to be a big one, guys. If we can take this. Bang! There it is, a $2 winner as we go diamond hands, for me anyways, on that trade all the way. Here's the long, 41.75. There's the out, 43.50. So that's a $2 winner, or $1.75 winner there. So super happy with the way that's turned out, for sure. And then right now, there's about nothing else that we have on. It's a really shame that I got out of this Neuro, but we'll see where it opens back up. That tick just screwed me because, well, I mean, I don't, did it actually go down to 15.76? Because if it did, then that's fine. But yeah, we should have bought that one back upside. But Neuro, my number one stock still on the day, though. AMC making moves as well. DraftKings, 60 cents in the money. Brendan, again, give it to us, bud.
Typically not terribly exciting, but Verizon reported, guys. A decent report here for Verizon. Another one just making day highs on volume as well, up 2%.
And we'll do this, power it up. I got out in front of pre-market highs on AMC just now. 44.10 was my out. It just got to, like, I mean, almost that pre-market high. But Netflix on that break, look, I like Netflix. I'm all over Netflix. I watch a lot of Netflix, but the price action is the price action. It's going to pull back into the aftermarket. You've already broken through this 520 area, and then we'll zoom just a little bit in here so you can see where they were checking this one up. Around 512 to 515. So I think that's the next cluster to the downside. I think it has a bit of a pop in it from there. That's why I want to take profit in the front of that range and then look to short the pop on Netflix. That'll be about a $5 or $6 winner on the rest of the shares. Oh my goodness, there's an iceberg order at 517. I shouldn't be looking a gift horse in the mouth. Maybe I should be getting out in front of that 517 area off that iceberg order, guys. So when I say that, oh my goodness, come on. Why does this never... When I say that, 517 was showing 100 shares on the bid, and they were just hitting it for not ungodly amounts, but thousands of shares were going off at 517 iceberg order. So I get out in front of it. If I say 516 is the top end of the range that I want to cover, and I see a bidder in front, I'll just take it out. If it pops anywhere, I want to be shorting 520 to that 522 half range we got in the first time. So nice breakdown trade here in Netflix. One of the few ones that we wanted a breakdown, sell the low, and we got it.
Yeah, guys, we've been crushing everything, but look right here. If you're not following the sticky note, good on Neil for doing it. Look at this Netflix trade, guys. We have it right here. It's my only one, 520. Look what I say, too. Looking to go short through 520. Distracted, we don't do it. Good trade, Neil. All the way to the downside, 517. So that's a $3 winner right there for you. I hope you guys took that. I did not. Can't have everything. AMC breaks above 44 there. We take 44.20s again. Wow, are we just walking on water today? I told you it was going to be a big show, and we ain't even close to being done. It's 9 minutes in, Brendan. Let's go.
It's so exciting. My keys are falling off my keyboard. Boeing, guys, 2.25% here already on decent volume so far. There was a few deliveries, it looks like, of the 350, A350 going to Chinese completion plant, or coming out of the Chinese completion plant. So 2.25%. Nice look here for Boeing.
So just quickly, anybody that's looking at Neuro, it's obviously a 10-minute halt. It can be 5 minutes or 10 minutes. If it doesn't open in 5, you know it's going to be 10. It was certainly a volatility halt. I double-checked it. So 941, almost 942, guys. You're going to see that one open back in here. Semi makes that push. It finally gets closer to that test of 435, so I reloaded it. First time I had 24s up there, you saw that hanging on to in the pre-market. Now my average price 23s. I'll always cover a little bit VWAP and then all the way down. All the same prices, especially this cluster here, 4 to 405. Am I going to be trying to take some profits? So we said we'd be back in the semi. We're also watching that Lex, which, by the way, Lex has caught a bid. So I said Lex was looking pretty weak. It's now got a bit of a bid under it at this $8 range. It's now 3 times it's held at pre-market and then twice since the open. You know, forget about shorting it at like 925 in VWAP. Now that it's got a bid like that, I'd look back towards that $10 level, which we were interested in before. And AMC, I said I got out in front of the pre-market high. Anyone that watches my trading pattern, I'm gonna take profit on dip buys like this almost all the time. If I'm buying into that range here, I'm covering at that top because I want to see if it's going to retrace, hold that VWAP 4250 where it had some trouble before, so I can rinse and repeat that way. But I'll take the profit and run, go over to Neuro. And of course, this semi, where you know we got some actionable short trade opportunities, guys. Sorry, short trade opportunities on semi. On Neuro, I mean, that's still going up at this moment.
Yeah, that's the only, I mean, I don't even consider it a misstep, but that's the only misstep that we've had today, was not being more aggressive there on that NURO. So, but I mean, by not being more aggressive, I mean, taking $5, then taking another $1. We're taking about 6 or so. I know it'll show. Here we go. Let's see what it shows in the bottom. Plus 4. So 430 so far. 439 on Neuro so far. Not bad. It would have been, you know, infinitely more, but we'll not worry about that and just hopefully be able to take some advantage of that one as we come through. So just making sure that all my orders are ready to go here. AMC, we did take that profit there, but we still are holding a piece just to see. Would like to get longer in the downside here. We didn't have any pickups low side. We were waiting for 40, but obviously that didn't come through. Let's see if AMC can't take off like it did yesterday for a CME right there. We tried to reload it up there. We missed it. That's okay. We still got it. I don't know why we missed that. I tried 21s, but I guess it just went too fast there. But here we go to the downside. CME, just another one for us, guys. The bangers continue here, and we're super happy to give them to you every single day. I'm at the highest spot we've been at all day. DraftKings, that's a silly one today because it's just been back and forth and around. I'm going to put an offer right now at 47.40 around this area. If it bumps up, man, let's just get out. This is another big banger for us here today on DraftKings. So, wow. You know what? Maybe I won't get out of this one. 40 cents in the money on DKNG. What's up, Brenda?
I mentioned this Lex, guys. Watch 9. I said watch 9. If it retakes 9, probably get 10 right away. So just halted to the upside there for Lex. 45% now.
That was crazy. It was like 2 seconds. Well, it was like less than a minute after we're like, yeah, Lex has caught a bid. Lex is to the upside. We thought it would test that 10 area. Remember the original short I wanted was going to be up at around 11. It looked like it was strong, so I didn't short it here, thinking it was going to make a push into that 11 range. Well, here we are. If it opens back up above and presses through that 10, I'm looking for the reversal here. As strong as this has been, it is still a ways away from that 7 a.m. pump that it got to 11 to 11.50 here, guys. So I would stay on the south side of looking for shorts in Lex. I'm not sure why Neuro isn't. Neuro's still not open. It's been like 11 or 12 minutes. We'll get to that whenever it does, but I really can't tell you why that one's not open. I did anticipate that it would be. Remember I said I don't like the pre-market high breakout on Tesla. It goes right into that 665, 666, and then reverses. That's why I like those levels instead of just looking at the chart and taking that breakout. Miss V at the big screen.
Hey Neil, NVIDIA is a nice mover today. Stock is up more than 3%. Do you guys see any opportunities in NVIDIA today?
Yeah, I always see opportunities in NVIDIA. Hold on a second.
My
I'm
God,
just trying to get out of some of these positions here as they're running right now. AMC to the upside, CME still to the downside, DraftKings still 40 cents in the money. And I apologize as I am consistently distracted here by trades. But hey, I think that's my job. Okay, you asked about what stock again, Dave Larry? NVIDIA, okay, let's go. NVIDIA, look, I can't show you the daily charts because our charts will continue to be messed up for that one, but a nice little move up for NVIDIA. We did get lighter on that the other day, equating to about a one. This is 192, so times by 4 is where we'd be at, but NVIDIA right now up huge. So I don't know, there's really no levels to look at here. Just try to play some of the momentum. We've already been here. We can't really look at these levels because our daily chart is still not going to be corrected. So it still looks like NVIDIA does have that big drop down. So I'll switch over to another semi name that I'm obviously pretty long in as well. That's AMD, as that's right back to $88. So I don't mind this 88.40 takeoff. But again, I'm just a little bit, I'm not nervous because the NASDAQ just went positive, but this is a big move upside for some of these names. So I would rather get long on pullbacks. And there goes AMC as well, as we're hodling this one to the moon, hopefully. And we continue to go up, up, and away. 50 cents in the money for AMC. 40 cents in the money for CME, guys. 25 cents in the money for DraftKings. So far, so good today, guys. So hopefully you're enjoying the show. It's been a good one.
Yeah, I got it. Look, I'm never going to look that gift horse in the mouth on CME. I said I'd take aggressively, started getting out in front of that pre-market low. That's what we're going to do. I'm still holding some for that absolute bottom, but we reloaded in those quarters every single time. For NVIDIA, guys, I had some levels there. I put them in the chat there for you. Look, 196.40 and 200, and I just do the simple math. If you pull up your chart, ours didn't split adjust. I just did quick math and used my resistance levels from before. But that's where I see resistance on NVIDIA as it continues to the upside. Brendan?
Another earnings name, guys. IPG in New York up 12% here, just made a day high. A little bit thinly traded on this one, but recent highs and also all-time highs this morning after earnings beat expectations. This is an advertising company, guys.
Okay, so did anybody get, and a shout out to whoever that was on the chat, like, look, just here, you know what, we're going to give shout out to the first 5 people that can tell me what price here do we have multiple stars beside for NEO. So you're going to get a shout out in the chat. Check that out, and then we'll look at where NEO is right now, 45.70. So that, you know, there it is. You can check it out right now. We did miss that, so there it is there. Yeah, you get it, Brian Tong, 44.40, 44.40 for Dev Desai there, and the greatest trader, Dave, right there. Eggleston there, Daryl, what's up? I said I'd only do a few of you guys, but now you're going nuts. There it is. It's irrelevant because I miss it, but it's not irrelevant to me because I'll tell you why. I'm all about you guys, man. I'm man of the people. There it goes to the upside. I hope you had that winner. That's why I share with you levels. That's why I share with you levels. Like, I don't know anybody. I mean, send me tweets. Send me somebody else that does that. You can go back day after day after day. Every day that I'm in this seat, we provide you with a sticky note. Thank you so much. I'm going to pull this over. Thank you so much to Amazon Phil for making sure that we never run out. Which camera do you want to go, guys? What about the one that I'm holding us to? That you'll never run out of sticky notes as they fall out of this box. Please don't send any more sticky notes, but thank you so much. You're the greatest trader, Dave, not me. Thank you for your kind words. But there goes Neo. It's just another one. So a chicken dinner winner for you guys. Let's go.
Sorry, guys. Look, we got to trade here, guys, and we got to reopen here on Lex. I got the play to the short side, trying to add to it here. Like I just tried to pick up some shares in the mid 10 range, guys. It tried to pop up here and get to like 1050. Immediate reversal, so some selling came into it. I think, and look, I'm speculating here, but when it comes to NURO, I kind of feel like maybe they're holding this one for some kind of special reason and not reopening it. But the second I saw the weakness in Lex, I wanted to play this one to the short side. So I just got into position here, got a 10.07 average price. I'll give it to the high that it just made at 10.40, maybe a couple of pennies higher than that one. And there's my stop on Lex, guys. So trying to focus on the trade a little bit there. And I have no idea why Neuro was not making that reopen for you guys. It makes absolutely no sense to me. I like that first short off the reopen, but the real price is going to be 11. If it pushes up without halting to 11, I'm going right back into Lex. Lex is the one that I feel is weak. And Neuro, I have a lot of questions about that stock as to why it didn't halt at the open when it made a big enough move and why it's still halted now almost 20 minutes later. Here it goes. It looks like we're going to take a second shot here on that Lex trade because it looks like it's going to be falling. So I want to make sure I can get right back into this Lex. $11 going to be my out. Forget about $11.50. I don't care about that. If it tries to break $9.60, that's that previous halt price, I would take some out in front of it and then try to hold the last maybe like third or quarter for the breakdown even lower than that. Lex was weak in the morning off the opener in the pre-market. I want to see if that can continue.
Guys, thank you so much. I mean, I take it, I mean, it's very, very humbling. The GOAT, all these nice words here for all of you guys. Ford is rocking. You guys know that I love Ford there as well, guys. So, yeah, let's go. I'm so distracted by Neuro, LOL, from Mookie Wilson. I guess you're distracted as well as Neuro. We wait for it to open up there, guys. I can't believe that I'm not. I mean, we absolutely destroyed this stock today. It's just so... my last little bit there got out at that price. What can I do? Take that dollar winner. But let's go. What's up, B Wicked?
Just reading about GE, guys, getting some orders for what they're calling high voltage power transformers. So GE having a nice day here. It bounced back pretty hard yesterday, coming back into some prior support here, but up again 2% for GE.
And there we go. This is the thing, guys. And look, I know Canadians apologize all the time, but trying to get in off that reopen on the halt, like you're gonna bungle things when you're sitting there and not necessarily as focused as you need to be. So my first entry absolutely stunk, and I'm like, why did I just get in? I was actually trying to offer above that 10 range and got some shares at 9.97. I'm like, don't compound the mistake. Just put a tighter stop on it. But I always wanted that re-entry. We do get it here. I got a 1040 short. Takes them out in front of VWAP. Takes them out in front of that 960. So you go right back on schedule. At the end of the day, if you make a bit of a mistake, and this is why you saw me silent there, because I'm like, yeah, I didn't want that entry. That was kind of stupid. So you go right back to what is the setup that you're looking for. I like that 11. I wanted to test towards that range, and I wanted it to fail. Then I want that pullback into VWAP, the close price, hold the last third below it. So that's the trade that we have on right now. If you're stuck in Neuro, again, I have no answers for you. And when it opens back up or any kind of an update happens on that halt page, I'll let you guys know what I happen to see. While that was happening, I looked a little bit of a gift horse in the mouth on Semi. It went all the way down to 390. Next time it gets down there, I will be taking some profit, but that one's been a pretty good one, Semi. It's giving you all kinds of opportunity, and we'll continue to walk on water because you go right back on the horse for Lex, and now it is testing to the downside. So it is the weaker of the two. I mean, that kind of goes without saying, but it's still up 50% and holding VWAP after an up halt. So if this thing doesn't break 960 in the next 10, 15 minutes or so, it could take out the top, and from there, you're looking at $12. It was as high as $12 in the pre-market, those highs. So lots of room to still run on Neuro.
So guys, not taking pennies on AMC, taking dollars right now as AMC, we just tweeted it out. We are still long this name, guys. We've been long this name all day here. Look at this, like long here, out, long again. We got out there, long again, out. Now we're still in this position as we rip it to the high side now. $2.40 now in the money with AMC and still making moves. And again, guys, like the only thing we have like on here again, it's a 44 long, Valeria. I hope you're trading with the sticky note as well there, Ms. V. Ms. V likes to only trade Tesla. So if she doesn't see Tesla on the sticky note, it's a hard pass. Oh, she's already long Neuro at 12.52. So good job there, Valeria, on that one. She's loving that Neuro. NVIDIA still making moves to the high side. I know Neil talked about that with some levels as well. DraftKings, like, I don't know. I'm just still looking at this AMC as we continue to go. I put an offer. Maybe I'll put one right here, 45.70. Let's get out 45.70 if that breaks, guys. What a monster this AMC is. What's up, Brendan?
Another one to look at, guys. A little oil and gas driller or rig company, rig, in fact. Transocean, straight higher so far today, 354 up to 380. Not a huge move, 12%, but volume the key here. Monster volume for rig today.
And speaking of NVIDIA, by the way, and they just reloaded in that Lex. So we take profit at VWAP. It keeps going. That Lex, sorry, so NVIDIA 196.40, I think is a good target for it. It's not there yet. I think buying the dip still makes some sense to me. The market just broke through highs on the ES and the NASDAQ holding in positive territory. All point to signs of maybe NVIDIA continuing that comeback. I still want to see it put in a higher low, but you can look back to like a 190.50 for a bit of a dip buy opportunity there. Semi, it's going to get a little bit of ways away there. And I know, look, when I'm trading those halt stocks or stocks that have the bigger volatility, you want to be involved in one or two of them. Yeah, you're going to miss out on some things here. So obviously CCL goes through that level. You're going to get that break. I said it would be a chop zone 22 to 22.40, goes to 22.40, pulls back almost to 22, and then takes off. So that's essentially going to set up pretty nicely for a bit of a win. I don't have it because I was distracted. That's the only thing I can tell you guys. We're looking at some other symbols at that particular time. So it is what it is. It's going to happen to absolutely the best of us or the worst of us. It doesn't make a difference. That's why we go over all of the levels and the plan of action so that we can see what is going to be there, what the opportunities are out there, not because I expect to catch all 10 symbols that we talk about. There's almost no way a human can do that.
No, exactly. And that's why even the names that I was highlighting there on the list there, like that NEO, we miss it, right? We don't have that trade. So unfortunately, that was one that was missed by me. So we'll just keep going forward with everything now and just make sure, just try to cancel some orders. We did get out of that AMC there on that drop down. I gave you that 45.80 level. So there's a good out there. And that's where we go dap up for that one, as Neil was talking there. But we're going to go absolutely perfect today. We don't have any losers on the board, guys. AMC, I mean, this speaks for itself. Semi, I mean, okay, that's a monster trade for me. DraftKings right now, 70 cents in the money, and we've already taken profits there. So remember yesterday we were 8 for 9, guys? I mean, right now we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 for 3 so far. And then the only other stock we have on board is Neuro, which is already infinitely bagged. So we've already taken that one off. And then the one trade that we did miss, obviously, that was a screaming long that we had all yesterday. I love trading this name. Yesterday we bought into the dips. We'll see if it's here. No, that's not here. But we were buying yesterday long, getting out for $1+ on this trade with NIO. And this should have been a screamer today, as I've marked it down as the #1 trade on the book. We just don't have it. So that was a mistake there, 100% for me there on that name. So I hope that some of you got that. But DraftKings, debating right now, I don't normally like this name. So I think this is worth taking out. We just talked about 47.40. So let's do that. Let's take out DraftKings right now. We've already had this thing rip up to the high side. It's 50 cents in the money. It's 9.55. I've held this now for about an hour and a bit. So that's pretty good. Let's get this out. DraftKings for 50-cent winner and put it on the board. Yes. What a big day this has been.
And another chance at semi, by the way, guys. It just popped up to 430 again. Look, this is now the third time it's testing these levels. If it breaks 435, I got to run away because this thing is looking hella strong above here. So you don't want to turn a winning trade into a loser. I don't even care if it's going to halt, not, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. I'm covering that thing as it tries to break out. I want to go back to XPeng. Look, it is what it is. Like I said about that CCL, we like 41.90 to 42. That's going to be a good breakout. So I just want to make sure every single one of these, look, every single one of these looked like they were fantastic on the breakout trade. But I mean, I'm sitting here waiting for Neuro, and it's doing absolutely nothing for us here. And I'm still surprised by it. It makes no sense to me. One of my best stocks, Semi, is going to be all those shorts. Should have taken profit there. I don't reload until I actually get a shot at that 425, and my out has always been this 435. Once it breaks, run to the exits. It's now going to test that pre-market high. The reason I always get out is because I want to take a shot at that pre-market high as well, which is sitting at 456. So if it turns there, I mean, it got to 450, 449. Not quite there for me, but close enough that maybe I should have been more aggressive and had it. I like those reversals. Now monster offer at 440.
Yeah, we just chilled out on Semi and didn't worry about it, so we'll wait to see where it goes now. Breaking through 450 there. I'm not going to reload the short. I'm still in the short at 23. We did take some average prices there, but we've absolutely destroyed this name. My last day was 85.
Now it opens.
So we'll wait for it and see what happens now. Now it's a nice little move to the downside here for Semi. So yeah, we're cashing in. We're cashing in big time today. So that's what I'm saying. I hope you guys are definitely enjoying yourself here today. And you know, again, we'll trade these names a little bit differently, right? Like, I'm not getting out of this thing at any time soon, so let's wait to see where that goes. I mean, if it breaks 470 or so, we'll get out, but Semi right now on the downward move, so let's hold it and see where we go, guys. Semi on the downside right now.
That's so sick on Neuro, I can tell you. It finally opens back up, tests 25, and then immediately comes back to the downside. And I was trying to chase, I don't know if you heard me bang my
25?
I was trying to chase, 24.50 it gets to. I'm trying to chase it. Looks like it's about to halt to the downside, and I couldn't get anything on the short. It halts. I actually even tried to sit on the offer at 22.05 on the halt down. The other plan I said, look, is after the first halt, I'd look for a bottom on a second halt. So if it reopens, well, whenever the heck it does, I'm expecting 5 or 10 minutes, but the last one was like a half an hour. So if it does reopen and holds that 1886, anywhere around that price, that's where I'd look for a reload long. I got back into Semi here because I saw that offer at 1040, and of course was looking at that high of the day. So 456. I just got 439 as an entry price. That's going to be my out. I'm hoping Neuro actually gives us a shot to open up in a reasonable time frame here. That's what I want to see, 5 minutes. And I'll be looking for a long possibility in front of that 1886, which is the previous halt price.
Yeah, it's just crazy that I actually got tapped out there of Neuro at 1650 because, yeah, we'd be doing like crazy time backflips today, but we're at the highest spot we've been at all day, and we're just chilling right now with the only position on is that see me right now. So see me yes, see me no, see me take profits, here we go. But we are going to the upside right now through 450 now coming on this name. So we're gonna watch out for these levels like we just talked about it. But here it comes back down, yes sir. So we go right back to in the money now on see me as that's moving around a bit here. So watch out, I just said that little rhyme. We'll see if see me can come back to the downside now. Rate to VWAP would be pretty sweet, but we're just cashing in left, right, and center here today, especially if this name comes to the backside now. What a good trade that's been. I know Neil, I guess, was negative on the reopen of Lex, but I know you're still holding that one, so that's another halt actionable trade there. As this continues to go to the upside, I guess, where's the breaking spots here? Maybe 1120 or so is a good out there or a good back in for Lex on that one. I just really missed the boat there on on Neuro. That could have been an absolute monster there as Lex continues to make moves. And then Neo, wow, you want to talk about missing something. Neo right now, 44.40. You guys win on all of that. Yeah, let's take some profits, guys, right there. Thank you so much. I'm, relentless. I would think that's a compliment. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm here every single day working for you guys, giving you guys. I mean, I don't remember the last time that we didn't go, 5 for 6, 5 for 7, something like that on some of these names. It's just been a lot of luck, a very, very good run. But I guess when it happens consistently, that's not the definition of luck, now is it? Let's go, Brendan, over to the big board. One of my favorite topics right now. He's over there. Let's take it to Brendan.
Hey guys, 10 o'clock. Let's get a look at how things are shaping up so far. Pretty positive right across the board still. 0.6 for the S&P, the Dow 0.8, NASDAQ. Struggling a little, but just coming back in. 0.37 for the composite still. The Russell, 1.2%. Yeah, no kidding. Small caps are strong today. The Russell having a nice day. Here in Toronto, the TSX up about 0.9 on the day. Some oil stocks bouncing back nicely. A few things we were talking about in the pre-market. Coke, guys, was up in the pre-market, if you remember. Did try to get back to those pre-market highs, but failing as we speak. Needs to hold 57 or could see lower prices for KO if you're watching that one. And Tesla about to test day highs here. Crazy wick on Tesla. Mind that on the chart, but up 0.4. Trying to get back to day highs for that one, guys. Back to you.
And we'll do this, the whiz, but I'll tell you, you had to have nerves of steel trading Lex here today. If you guys don't get that one, maybe you're a good person if you don't get that one. But anyways, look, it's a good short. I got that stop out at 11 like we said we would. It immediately, I'm telling you, anytime I make top wick like this on a key level and it fails right back in, I'm jamming. Right? I'm basically saying that's fail breakout. I'm going to jam right back into it. It then retests that 11 price, can't get anything. Am I going to take some out at VWAP? Am I going to take some out in front of that previous price action at 1040? Yes, because we want to make sure we bank some profit. Now hang on to it back towards that halt price. We'll try to take the dollar winner. And again, like this is like get in, fail, but get right back in and win. Get in, fail, get right back in and win. That's where I like to trade these. Neuro is now reopened. There we go, finally reopening. Now testing that high. Like, oh my goodness, you can't even. Okay, forget it. The thing about Neuro, if you're not on the actual level 2 when it reopens, you basically have no shot. So I'm in there trading Lex. I'm trying to catch a 25.85 bid. It's going to halt here. And of course, this is not flipping. It's going to halt. And again, I was on the bid trying to catch a bit of a long. I wanted it to dip by. It never happened. Cancel these. Don't want to get filled automatically on a reopen necessarily. So look, I tried to catch a breakout, try to get an order in, not even fast enough because it just instantly halts on you. Then I try to sit on the bid and try to catch a miracle fill to the long side. You're not getting anything. So if you're trading this and you have access to like those reopen orders, that's probably the best way to go about getting in and out of this stock. If you happen to be in it, you want to take profit, you can always sell like market on open because that'll be an auction that's happening each and every time. But you know, if you're in this stock, you basically have to be glued to the level 2 because there was zero shot going from Lex to Neuro. I thought I was pretty fast. I went right to that level 2. I literally hit buy enter. And then got absolutely nothing. I couldn't even chase it, guys. So Neuro was off to the races 160% and is showing zero signs of being done at this point. Zero.
Yeah, I mean, you guys called that Neuro trade, and we just should have held it, and we didn't. So that's a bad one there. So we should have held that Neuro, but still making moves to the upside. And of course, See Me now looks like it wants to take it out. So we just talked about going perfect today. And oh no, actually, we still have the profit on See Me. So we'll wait to see though. We will get blown out. Oh, here it goes. There we go. So it goes right to the upside there. We're still there. We go. We're out and long now, or no, just a baby long there, not on purpose. Long, but there he goes. A nice little long. We took a little bit of shares long there. So let's see where we go now to the upside. We can make this all back, of course, if it wants to continue to run. So let's see if that's exactly what it wants to do now, as See Me now 4 cents in the money on the long, but that might halt to the long side at some point. So here we go, up and away. There goes See Me. Nice little profit taking opportunity here if you're long, but I don't know. It's bouncing around. We could still retest this 420 spot. I think I'm going to hold the long now on CEMI and see where we go from here, guys. Trying to turn that frown upside down for the long.
So See Me does have a kind of level at 520 if it ever gets there. I just covered at the pre-market high where we said we would. I got 59s on a 56. The pre-market high was 56. I got it at 59 there. So taking profit all the way through is a good way to trade these, especially when they have a strong move to the upside. Like that, someone has asked a question, would you put a limit order in Neuro? And I'm not sure if you mean like on the reopen, would I automatically just bid? I wouldn't, not in front of that 25 level. I know it's a halt price at 24.50. But to me, like if it immediately bounces back below 20, back to the downside, you could be staring like 22 or 23 in the face. Going long on a dip here, I don't love. I mean, I'd rather be catching it on momentum breaking out as opposed to trying to buy a dip that is in front of what I think could be support. That's a little bit too high to be buying it up for me. If that's what you're asking, that's my answer. If you have something, if that wasn't what you were getting at, then apologies. Maybe clarify in the chat there. You could have been talking before it halted, and I apologize if that's what you meant.
Okay, we're still watching. I mean, I wouldn't mind if AMC were to come back down a little bit here, which it is not doing, as we got out early for that one. What happened, Valeria? Oh, you're looking for your earpod? Okay, we'll look for that after. But right now, there she is, nice little wave there. She dropped something, so we'll find that out. Okay, big moves happening here. I've traded Ether a little bit today. A nice little long right now happening on ETHE. So a shout out to Jeff Mendel, as you guys can see right now. Cardano moving, Ethereum starting to move a little bit here. So watch out for some of those crypto names coming in. Back up to 2,000 maybe faster than you think. Our day is just getting lit up right now. This has been a fantastic day. DraftKings, why did we get out? No idea. And that one continues to motor upside. So, hey, thank you for watching one more time today as everything is just continuing to move, man. The NASDAQ is hot fire. Like, if you sold anything like I did in the last couple of days, maybe not a good sign. AMD back to 88.50 now. We talked about taking out some of those levels. Very, very choppy there. NVIDIA probably still motoring. Yeah, 193, man. Love this name like crazy as it continues to move to the upside as well. So that's some possibilities. Let's check out Smile Direct. Someone mentioned that in the pre-market just to see if it's doing anything. It's not. So, okay. There we go. Smile Direct right now just bouncing around 1 minute. I mean, it's not bad. 702 to 710, but not really the action in there that we had thought about. Neuro guys halted again up to 25. It's embarrassing. We were long 1250, so that's a double for us. I don't really care if you have diamond hands or not, but to make this kind of a call and then get doubled up there, I mean, I just hope that some of you held that, and I know some of you did, so congratulations to everybody talking Neuro on the chat.
And look, I see Matt Walsh is like, I'm interested to see you play Neuro. I mean, look, I haven't shorted Neuro, and I'll force the action in Lex because when we said it's relatively weaker. That's just the reality. So you can see me with a bunch of shorts. I just got out for a $1 winner on Lex. It's going to be a solid one for us here today. But Neuro is a different beast. Is there eventually going to be a ridiculous short on Neuro? 100% that's going to be true. But, I mean, sitting here saying, yeah, I'm just going to get in without too much of a plan or a setup that I like when it can't even sustain open for more than like 30 seconds, or a minute, I should say, before going into a halt, I just can't jam into it like that. If it gets to a 50 level, okay, fine. Like at a 5-0, maybe you get a little bit more aggressive. But, I mean, there's a reason why I've shorted Lex a bunch and not touched Neuro to the south side. Right? Like, it's not a coincidence. We should understand that. I think everyone can understand. It's just too risky to be shorting it right now. Brendan?
There was a new manufacturing deal announced this morning between BioNTech and Pfizer with regards to, I believe it was in South Africa. I'll double check on that. But to get more vaccines produced and out into the world, which is great. But seeing this popping up here right now, guys, BNTX to all-time highs, all worth mentioning, all of the vaccine makers looking good today.
I mean, oh yeah, I was going to look at that Moderna 294 level or something. It's probably off. Look at MRIN. What's up, Damien Project? Thanks for bringing that to our attention there as it started to move to the upside right now, 14% and just taking off levels right now. So what is that, 935 or so on the daily chart? So we'll take that long. If it breaks through this 935 right there, it's coming right now. MRIN on the move, guys. Probably a good trade here to take that through 935. So we'll see if that breaks. 935 is my spot here for MRIN. We'll see about taking that one long. Oops,
That's
yeah,
going
it's
again.
on a long break through 935. It's right there. I don't know if it's exactly 935, but it's a couple days ago high, 931, something like that. Big mover to the upside there. We're not in it, but we like to see it take out that level before we get in. So that one's moving around. Not much else right now. You're welcome for the NVIDIA there. Thank you so much for the super chat, Mr. Mind Numb there. Hopefully your mind is back. And we can make some trades. You always want to be clean of mind when you are making these trades. Party on after you get the winners and put that money in your bank. So let's just keep on trading here. Looking at Neo, looking at Ethereum. And you're welcome. Someone just said thank you to me. I guess it's not just to me. Thanks to everybody here because it's everybody's hard work. But you're welcome on Palantir, man, and everybody that's been buying those dips. I'd keep continuing to buy on the dips and putting some Palantir in the longer term account. I already have my swing trade on here for Palantir. It's been much more than a swing trade for me because it's just the way it's been moving. But Palantir continues to surprise and to win. So that's a good one, man. What a good dip by that was at 20 and change. What's up, Brendan?
Another one that was included in the meme group at one point, MMAT, which used to be Torchlight, if you remember, guys, is coming back to 4. Since these two merged, this has not been a decent chart, but went from 11 all the way back down to 3. So trying to get back to 4 here for MMAT.
A good look, and another one looking strong. This Meds, we talked about it. We didn't get it on the watch list because I think it was a bit of a late addition, and we did talk about this. It was looking relatively weak. I mean, relatively, just like Lex, and now it's pushing back into the upside. This sets up the same way. No halts on this stock. So there's much more liquidity in terms of, I guess sellers is selling liquidity, makes it safer to short. I think it's 10-minute halt on Neuro, by the way, guys. So I'm looking for this 750 level, this lower high, to be able a bit of a hold. And I'm looking breakdown right here, right now. Forget about it. Sometimes you got to take the position before we just only talk about it, guys. So it just tried to break VWAP there. I just got an entry at 08 when it did. I'd add to it in this 25 range with a 750 stop. But meds, and again, it's not to say that MEDS or LEX have to go down and Neuro is going to only ever go up. But it is to say that price action matters and some things are stronger than others. One thing does not look like the other, and obviously the relative strength is pretty apparent in Neuro. And it's not, someone said, is it about the float? Lex and Neuro have basically the same float, right? So it has nothing to do with that. It was the simple fact that weakness, selling off in the pre-market in both meds and over in Neuro. You also had bigger clusters of support and liquidity around those price ranges, meaning, hey, if it's going to start to move, there's going to be plenty of liquidity to get in and out and less halting, right? So less of a squeeze play to the upside because there's more liquidity. That's how you define it for me because, like I said, those floats were the same. If you tried to only distinguish by the size of float, it was like 4 and 5 million. I think maybe not even that big of a difference between Lex and Neuro, which is still halted, 10-minute halt, by the way.
All right. Yeah, with summer, here we go. Dan McIsaac, what's this talk here? With summer naturally being slower in the market, if you buy calls, you look for NFQ3 or expiration. Yeah, you got to talk to people that are more about the options. I play options, but I have to get a good feeling about something before I do that. And right now, I don't really have anything optionable right now. I did want to get into some Netflix for you guys there. And yeah, wow. Again, the only position we have on Netflix is right at the top. 520 short, 520 short. Oh, Brendan, missed so many trades, bud. What's up?
Cassava Sciences, guys, having a nice day here as well. Up again today, 17%. Back above 105 this time again. This is Alzheimer's related. So it looks like they're presenting some new data to the Association of International Conference for Alzheimer's. So heads up here, big level though, right in front of us here for Cassava Sciences.
Yeah, you're right, Daryl. The last time there's Nero's going to halt again. I still can't believe that I'm not tripled my money on this stupid name. Yeah, you're right, Daryl. The last time I was talking about, here we go. So let's just call it like it is, guys. This is Daryl's been watching for a while. I was talking about AMC options, guys. Look at that price, $2. Okay, so although I know that AMC's been going crazy for a while, but thank you, Daryl, for calling that out. And again, because we did have those on board during the crazy time, and that was definitely a congratulations. I think that's a congratulations. We determined that yesterday that's what that was there. So short Nero at your peril, and as it continues to go up to 30.50 right now.
Actually able to get it that time. So there was multiple opportunities. So the same thing I said at 25 was kind of in play here when it reopened. There was a 30 breakout. There was trying to catch a bit of a bid here at 28. Neither one of those things were possible. But in that 15-second pause, it's not. So in that 15 seconds, basically what happens is it can't print any higher than 30.42 because that's going to be the top of the halt band. But there's still a bid at 30.42, the offer 30.43. There's still a bid, and people can sell. So if you're on the bid at 30.42, you can actually catch a long trade there. The downside of this is if it does not halt upside when it's in that pause state, you pretty much guaranteed that it's about to flush on you if it goes down. So it's like getting long, quickly putting a stop. That it so much as ticks below 30.42 where I am, I'm literally market selling just to cover quick. As always, I will always take out at least minimum always half on a reopen. For me, when you do a halt trade, I want to get out on the reopen wherever it happens to be, and then I can try to hold the rest. So I tried this same thing, trying to get it at 25.86. It's not an easy, you're just kind of hoping to get a fill in that particular situation. I didn't get it then, I did get it here. Obviously, it would have been much better getting it at 25.86. If you can't figure that one out.
All right, come crashing in right now on CME. We told you about going long right there. We just get that windfall right now as it looks like it wants to just continue to print. So CME right now on the long. We're getting out of that one here at an 88. Now we still hold half. Let's see how far and how high this bad boy wants to continue to fly today. CEMI, we've already destroyed the short. We did get stopped out and reversed into the long. So now let's see where we go on CEMI here to the upside as we go. So here we go, guys. AMC dropped down a little bit. My best out right there, 45.67. So We'll look to continue to play this. I just got to find some levels. Like right now, I mean, this is kind of barcoding as far as AMC is concerned anyways here, as it's just making moves back and forth. So I'd rather wait until this does I mean, I'm not going to say a parabolic move down, but if we can get anything downside, that'd be good rather than trying to pay up a little bit for this sort of barcoding action. That's not something that generally I like to do. So let's wait on AMC for that one. And then another name here, I was wondering about NEO on a little bit of a top here coming off. So there's a big possibility for a short now on NEO if it does break that, depending on what our thoughts are on the marketplace, because right now the NASDAQ's rocking and rolling and everything tech is really working out, especially high growth stocks like a DraftKings today, up that 4.5%. Let's not make the same mistake again. We did get some out last time. It was at 50.51. I think it was actually 51.50 or something. It was right here on this break. So whatever that was when it broke, not this break this time. This moved back up and around here. Around this break, I guess it was. Yeah, 50.50, I think it was. Anyway, it doesn't matter. On DraftKings, we did get out last time. It was on the high side. We didn't buy any back. I don't want to make the same mistake again. If you are a little bit, and look where we were long DraftKings, by the way, today, guys, right here, 46.86. So it's $1 in the money now. We don't have it, but we did get out right there. So I just want to give a cautionary tale to DraftKings right now because, again, it is a high growth name. I'm loving it. I'm at the highest spot I've been at all day today. But again, just watch out as this name can move to the downside. If the NASDAQ gets clobbered, this is a name you don't want to be in.
Yeah, that's absolute truth. We've seen what can happen when that stock reverses. I just want to point out, Lex, that whole price, that 960, every single time been short, which is a couple, well, 4 times, but really 2 overall positions. If you think about the failure and then the re-entry point there to stay positive on it, it's been that 960 range. So watch out for this to break. I'd give it down to like a 940. It's not as strong as some of the others. I actually thought for a second there that CME was going to go parabolic through 5 even and be a halt itself. But I like these halt plays. They've been pretty good. MEDS, we've only got that first leg out because it's now consolidating off of this 660 level. Actually, that's about 666. So a bit of an ominous number there. We always know that to be true. I'm looking to take the rest out in front of current lows at 625 here. That'll be a solid win for us on MEDS. I'm sticking to these movers because you got to have the movers and shakers. And then we reopen on Neuro. And yeah, of course, the worst out. Execute first, talk later. The first out, which is I always take some on the reopen, is going to be literally at 31, so you only make like 50 pennies on there, whatever make, who cares? And then it looks to halt up again. I am not holding longs through consecutive halts. Power to everybody that's holding through all these, but while I'm making this play, I'm taking the profit and running. Remember what I said? If it's about to go in that 15-second state, you can still hit, you're not trapped in a long position in that situation. You can still hit the bid. That's going to be 34.10. It can't print you 11s, but you can hit the bid at 34.10. So quick little way there to be able to catch that $4 move on Neuro in and out. I'm not saying it's risk-free, but opens and closes are good liquidity events where you know you'll be able to get the shares pretty much guaranteed. So able to finally get a good long on that Neuro after this, sat it all out, and I ain't thinking about a short in this, guys.
All right, I'm going to do this right now because it's
oh my God.
Because at Trader TV, Randy is in the building, guys, ladies and gentlemen. He takes, look, not only is he here when he's actually supposed to be working, but apparently on days off, he also comes in. So let's go to the camera right there. There's at Trader TV, Randy. What's up, Randy? And today, you'll be very, very happy, my man, because Ford Motor Company today is motoring to the north side. Randy wasn't in at 6 or 7 with me, but he's been in since, and now Ford continues to make moves to the upside. So a great couple days now on Ford. We'll watch out for the top here. It already hit 1430. We missed the dip buy on Ford the last couple days, but there it is now, nicely moving right back to the 50-period moving average. Look at that buy. I know Randy bought in the pre-market yesterday. When he should be focused on driving, he's making trades there. But apparently Randy said an interesting story. He told Siri to buy Ford shares, and it actually worked. So there you go. You got to get it all set up. Apple wins again. Apple always wins. Buy more Apple shares, and I don't work for the company. Okay, CEMI, guys, a big rip upside as well. Another 40-cent win. Man, we're doing pretty good today. Today's day has been awesome. What's up, Brandon? Go over to the big board. It's time for small cap recap. Let's go.
And it was a busy day, guys. In small cap world, we saw the Russell up more than a full percent at 10 o'clock, so very, very strong on that end. Lex, let's talk about this. A couple of things to keep in mind. Remember, before the open 9, I said if it retakes 9, it's going straight to 10, so that happened. I actually got caught in a little tiny piece, remainder in that halt, so ended up getting hurt on that above 10, but I did give you a few opportunities on the fade side. This is a long trade, still kind of working out quite nicely for Lex. So both directions, lots of action, lots of volume on Lex so far. Meds, the other one that actually ended up being a decent trade to the downside. It came off from 780 to 8 early on this morning, but could not get back to 750 on this attempt, so that faded off all the way to 620. This needs to stay below 750 now for MEDS. One more I want to mention that I completely missed this morning, but was a great opportunity, was this XTNT huge mover aftermarket yesterday. So that was your first key to come in this morning. 185 to 2, an area corresponding with aftermarket levels. Gave you a perfect test of that down to 140 for that one, guys. Back over to you.
So a couple of things. I tried a quick short on CEMI off of its high of the day. That one, I mean, Lex is now halted to the upside. MEDS and Lex are safe. I think safer goes for the short side trade. But now that you've actually held this bottom at 960, if we take out the top here in Lex, which is sitting at 1207, I mean, this could get not as ugly as Neuro, because I don't think anything's going to be as strong as Neuro today, just given what I'm seeing. But I still have there's still a setup in Lex to the short side that can still work. And that would be us opening up, immediately failing at the current high of the day, and then you put a short on, like a 1140 to 1150. You'd have to that high, which is 1207, which is a solid risk to reward. That's the only way you got to play this. You got to play this with a safe runway and a good entry point that makes sense. There's been none of those in Neuro, which is on the reopen. I will be looking for that one. I think until about $50, I'll look to see if there's some more upward plays that we can do. But the breakout, which next would be opening and trying to catch a 35 or 34.50, I mean, I think those have been impossible to get. Good luck if you can. Quick scalp outs, the next $5 to the next halt would be the way to play it, though.
Okay, and it looks like CME may halt also to the upside, which would be a monster if it does happen for me. We're still 70 cents in the money on that one. It's just really, I was just saying to Brendan there, as he was talking about some of those small caps, that it's really embarrassing to drop that Neuro when we were long down here, and then to drop it right there. And now it's at $34. And a credit to all you guys that held it, because there was talk there on the chat about holding this thing, and someone even said $50, and like that was like scoffed at. But yeah, there it goes again, another open on Neuro and another banger on Neuro. So that one just keeps on going to the upside. So just continued love for anybody that had that name on the long side, because it continues to work. So there goes Neuro. It's going to halt again. So $39 halting. Like, this should be literally a $30 winner for me, and I don't have it. So mistakes abound. But even though we have these winners, guys, you still have to learn every single day. And we'll learn about that tomorrow, hopefully to hold something if we get a great...
Guys, that was what we were just talking about. I know, by the way, if you... apologies, but we were talking about that fake out. It was in the 15-second halt state up at the top, about to halt to the upside. It cannot print up. It could only print down. This is what happens if it breaks. Remember I said if you do this trade, you have to have a stop literally 1 penny lower and get a market sell out. That's what I said to you guys. This is the reason why, because if it doesn't halt up, it's about to flush because everyone's going to dump. It dumps. Now we've halted to the downside. There's a reason we go over this over and over and over and over again, and I'll do it every single time, because when you're trading these, you've got to be careful. This is exactly what I thought the reversal would look like. Getting the short is near impossible, but if you have that long that we had here, you're talking about a stop, and it's a market sell in my opinion in that situation. It breaks 1 penny lower, market sell, because it's about to resist that upward halt. I thought maybe 50 would be a turn, but for the first time, Neuro putting in signs of weakness. But remember, it did have a down halt before and then raced. I'm not sure that's going to be the same case here, because there's got to be people thinking, okay, well, I've held it this long. They might be selling on reopen, so watch out for this 30 where there was that halt before. If it breaks that one, you're likely headed back down to at least that 25.80.
Yeah, so I mean, probably a good little look there to go short now on NURO there. So, but we are not going short on CME. This is 65 cents in the money right now. We're going to go, yeah. as that continues to rip upside, man. I don't have any sort of out on this one. We'll just continue to hold it and wait to see how far it can go, because again, like the more I analyze these things, sure, it's funny because people laugh when I said it's embarrassing, but I know we've already smoked Neuro. We've already took a lot of money out of that name. But as you can see, actually, now that I look at it, like Neil, although our P&Ls are very, very close to each other, and yet the point about it is on Neuro, we've traded it both very, very differently, right? So that just goes to show you that there's opportunities abound on Neuro, depending on how you want to trade it. You can always find your way and your money. What up, Bren?
Some airlines, guys. We mentioned United was the one that reported, but have a look at Spirit having quite the day. 6%, just made a day high, in fact, on decent volume. So all of the airlines decently strong.
Yeah, that's for sure there. I was looking at also, I didn't step into it, but Mark Roberts, what's up, Mark Roberts, chilling out today in NYC. The Stockfather is not in the building. He'll be here Friday, we hope. But LUV, a nice little bottom there at 50 or so that he was talking about getting. I think he was in like 51, 52, like these areas, and then we did that bump down. What a great buy that would have been, and the same is true for your name there, Brendan, was Spirit Air. That was another one on our watch for a bit, and I was not able to get in. I actually wanted to buy CCL recently, but not able to get in on that one. As here we go, see me. Here we go. This one still keeps going. For some reason, I'm liking these.
Oh my God.
It still continues to run. Let's see if CME can go to the high side there. Really, if we look at this and bring it down a bit here, 6, 580, and 6 are levels to look out for CEMI. But we're very, very excited about that one. What you got on the go over there, Neil?
It's going to be that Lex again. Remember I said like there's fly zones and there's no fly zones. Lex was a fly zone for that reopen setup. What do we want to see? We want to see it open above, test the high, failed break of the pre-market high, which is sitting at 1207. It comes back down. I short underneath it. I actually don't put my stop at high of the day. It's back at that 1207 range. I was able to get 1174, some in the 60s. I'll scalp some out in front of this peak here. Guys, it's basically always the same plan. You get that high out here at 11 even. I'm going to take profit in front of it, hold the rest for a VWAP. Basically rinse and repeating. If there's a setup, you short it. If there isn't, and this is a very particular setup, guys, you short it. Otherwise, you don't touch it. MEDS is still the same one, but it hasn't broken back to the upside, so I'm still sitting in that. And of course, when Neuro reopens, we'll get back to that one as well. When I'm trading the halt trades, it's kind of that or nothing else because they should require 100% of your attention. If you're trading ones that are halting over and over again, do not start dabbling everywhere because you got to be all over these stocks in those few moments after they reopen. Brennan, what's up, bud?
2 days in a row here for Square. Guys, having another decent move anyways. Just broke 253 there, coming back a little bit, but 2.6 for Square. Remember, it popped up yesterday. They officially launched that small business banking or banking for small business. So trying to get back to recent highs here for SQ. It's 10:30. Let's get a quick check on what is happening over in Europe. 1 hour left. Sorry to bother you, Miss V. What's up?
Hey Brendan, Europe is positive on strong earnings. Software company SAP trading in Germany is down more than 3%, even after raising its outlook for the second time this year. Back to you.
She works hard, guys. She works hard. Yeah, earnings all around, guys. For the most part, pretty positive.
Yeah, right now, yeah, she works very, very hard. Valeria, the hardest working individual on the Trader TV Live team, besides Lucas, Rob, and Maggie. Okay, now we'll go to the upside right now with CME. And yeah, guys, we're fishing for winners here today, and we're going to go absolutely perfect. We have no losers on board today. We're going to go one for many here on AMC. A couple ins here, a couple great outs, man. I don't know what's going to be the trade of the day. CME could also be the trade of the day, as this one is now $1.07 in the money. DraftKings, guys, 46.80 was the bid. It's at 48.50 right now. Neuro, no comment on Neuro, and that's about it, guys. We only have actually 1, 2, 3, 4. Like Neil said, man, you don't need to focus on a lot of names if you're pretty damn good at the names that you're on. So let's continue to do that. Oh, look at that.
I actually have an idea. I put it in the chat, but I think we should look. There was an unbelievable opportunity off the open pre-market on Neuro that Sean held on to. Then there was some halt trading that we did. And I kind of feel like we should give you the best of the both worlds when we review this for the trade of the day today. So that's my 2 cents on it. I don't see how it's not Neuro, Sean. It's just, I mean, look, it's been too good. It's been too much of a mover. So let's see if we can't get that one to you guys. We still have 30 minutes before we get out of here, and then we're right back at the close. If anything beats Neuro in terms of percent movement, I'd be utterly shocked. But we've seen that. Like yesterday, Neuro hadn't gone before we left you guys, and it doubled up from like 11 o'clock till the close. So there's probably a symbol out there that has the potential to do the same, and we'll bring it to you at the close. I did cover my Lex. It's a bit stealing at this point, that setup. Right back into VWAP. But if you look at this secondary breakout, what is that, 1067? So between that and VWAP, where does it stall? Right around that mid 1060s. I got out at 1065. Again, you don't pull those levels out of a thin hat. Just kind of look these clusters. Everybody is looking at the same thing. And if I'm going to be risk averse when I'm going counter trend, I want to get out at the top end of this range, not necessarily at the bottom. If I was holding some of these shares, which I'm not, I've been flat out covering at each one of these dip prices. I at least think getting all flat makes sense to me. That's what I'm going to continue doing. If Lex holds up again, I think it's worth it for the short. Meds, I'm back in it. 750 is my stop if you see 729.
Oh, man, guys. This is, I think CME should be trade of the day. 120 million shares right now today. And the reason why is because we were short early. And then look at all of these covers here as we break to 380. And then all of a sudden we build the short again into this 460. We get blown out at 460. So that's a good talking point. And then look at this. Straight to the upside, but no halts. No halts on CME as we have $1 now 14 in the money on this one. And again, I'll tell you something, like $1.14 on a $5 name, or at this point a $4 name, that's a 25% return. So we'll drop the mic on CME right now, but at the same time, this is like where I got out of Neuro and then it ripped up. I mean, I don't think CME has, and I'm probably saying that name wrong, but look where we stopped there again at this high. Basically that's $6 again. So can we run to 8, 9, 750, something like that? Probably. So we're going to hold out for those levels. But look at this, like, wow, it was $2 yesterday. Today it's $6 and 183% straight to the upside here today for CEMI, as that's going to touch $6 here very, very soon. We have $1.22 in the money. So that right there, guys, is a 25% return on CEMI. And like, that's big. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to get out of this. I'll probably wind up getting out for flat here as you know, that's been my luck. But let's do a little bit of work here. And let's not, again, we can't like base what happened on Neuro to what's going to happen on CME. So what about a 570 out? A little bit of a retracement back down. Notice during this rip up, like we never really broke some of those levels that we first cracked. So with that being said, if it breaks a little bit lower than 560, you know what, let's just, I mean, 550 is all the way down there. That looks bad if I get out there, I think. I'm not worried about it looks, just looking on the chart here. So 570 maybe right now, because look, we're in, it doesn't take out the level that I'm in, right? And then right here, it bumps up again, and then that's the bump up spot. But you see these wicks down, like right there, that would have been the out 5. It goes to 497 and then breaks. So right here again, like if you're taking that level, look, that's 526. It goes down to 522. So if I use that same logic right here, 570, maybe this wick down here, 560. So a 560 break, we're going to get out of CME. So there it is, a little bit of free education there on why and where I'm going to get out of this trade.
One that we got out of, I mean, look, I got out of my AMC at 44.20 in front of the pre-market highs, pre-market highs, but the dip that it had off of that pullback was right here to 43.30. So you see me just getting here, 43.42, 42, my favorite number. So if we can hold this range, I mean, I'll give it a few pennies below that, like a 43 even, and then see if we can't get back into VWAP. I've sat away from it until we were getting a chance to get that dip buy. On MEDS, it's holding a 750 level here that I can see, and I'm not saying it's, look, it's not, nothing is as strong as some of these other names we've seen, but I like it for, oh my God, you couldn't even get the reverse. I was about to say to you guys, execute first, Neil. I was about to say to you guys, it just got back in here at 40s, that if it breaks 750, it has a chance to do the same thing. And of course, there it goes, and it's going to do it without me here. But again, you're seeing multiple names here, just overwhelming strength to the upside. It's not going to halt unless it breaks a pre-market high, but Neuro looks like that was maybe that turn. Yeah, there it is to the downside. We said it might test that 25. It was 25.86 at halt price. I think that's probably the only go zone if you wanted to catch a falling sword. It's got to be a stop off that 25.86 or 85.
Yeah, okay. We're still looking at a few different names here as Ethereum's starting to fall a little bit on the downside right now. So we'll look to see if that one wants to go or not. But right now, see me, we're getting close to that stop spot. This is why I do the work, guys. And again, you don't have to keep thanking me for all of that. I mean, we're just trying to teach you where we're getting in. That's why Neil's talking about some of these stop trades. There it is. So there's see me out right there. But we're going to ring the register and go, oh my God, again, because we got another one, another banger, 460 out there. And we just talked about why we got out, right? I mean, and again, we looked at these levels and there's the breaking spot. So, hey, you know, you don't get broke taking profit, you don't go broke taking profit there. So that's what we've done all day today. That's how we can go this 4 for 4 and be at the highest spot we've been at all day. And, you know, continuing to raise this up every single day, guys. So a big shout out to my man who made this for me. Father's Day. Although it looks like 2026, it's actually 2020. So obviously I'll still be around at 2026, hopefully barring good health. We'll wait to see where everything goes from here though in the market. And I just want to buy everything. Like, I mean, that's the thing. And I have to wait for these names to come down. I'm looking to add Uber to the portfolio. I'm not in this yet. And I'm looking to add this name. Would love for it to get into, I just talked about these levels like 44, 43, something like that. If we can get a pullback, I am a little bit, I mean, I don't have a problem being bearish. I mean, I go both ways and trade the print, but I do think that here on the NASDAQ, I mean, let's just call up the QQQs for a minute here. We could call up anything really to have a look, but the Qs is a little bit of a cleaner chart for us rather than these futures. But if you look here at a daily chart of the NASDAQ 100, and, you know, look, it's all going to rely on what happens with Apple and Microsoft and all the big guys that are coming through. But this dipped down the other day when I was actually telling people to relax. You could go over, and if that's not another reason maybe to follow on Twitter, you know, we talked about holding the fort here, and we actually made a lot of money on this day as well. But, you know, a move in the downside here, we didn't even come close to the 50 period. Like other pullbacks hit the 50 period down, hit the 50 period and down. Oh my God, Randy on his day off has showed up with Tinbits one more time there after we refused. No, Neil's got them in his mouth. Neil just loving the Tinbits. He pounds those back. Don't let the gift horse see that, Neil, because the gift horse may take that straight from your gullet there, Mr. Roberts. But
I was robbed
thank you one more time. Thank you so much. Or I'll take two. What about chocolate and a plain? Thank you so much. I'll put them on the side because you can't have too many of those. Remember, wash it down with healthy fruit salad, guys, as you go, as Randy, the Candy Man, is back in the building. That's what I'm going to call him, Randy the Candy Man, back in the building today. So thank you so much, Randy, who's doing work with his friend, dropping him off at the airport or picking you up. What one was it? Picking you up. Welcome.
That's the sign of a good friend, man.
That's a sign of a good friend.
A good friend will pick you up at the airport. So, by the way, in a West Indian family, it's you don't ask. Right. If a family member is coming, I'm from Antigua. If anybody in my family is coming from Antigua, I'm going to pick them up. They don't have to ask. It's just how it is. If you don't do it, you're in trouble, man. You're out of the family. You got to do it, guys. I'm picking up my cousin's, girlfriend when she's not. It doesn't even matter, man. Like, that's what you do. It's one of those things. Everybody, when they get off a plane, should see someone who is family or that loves them. It's one of the coolest things in the world. Whatever, man. So give that love. I'll say it a million times. Randy, you're a fantastic friend, but these Timbits are killing me. Killing me. So let's. Anyways, AMC's moving up. Winner, whatever. Let's go to Brennan for Sector Watch because he can't keep the man waiting.
Nicely positive once again for the S&P, guys. Let's have a look at what is leading the way. We're up 0.5%. I mean, not what yesterday was, but still nicely in positive territory. I'll focus your attention in the middle here. The energy group getting quite the bounce back once again today, up right across the board. Oxy 6%, Fang 5%. We mentioned that rig, little one, early on this morning, still showing all kinds of strength. Let's go over to the far corner here. I want to point out Netflix, one of the only still struggling names after earnings, down 4%. IPG, we mentioned that one as well, 12.4% to the upside. So communication stocks nicely in positive territory. STX here struggling 5.5%. In the hardware equipment makers, but overall tech stocks are positive because of strength from semiconductors. They are all in positive territory. Really nice gains from the semis so far today. Consumer discretionary shares back to the upside as well. Some of the travel stocks bouncing back nicely. Just seeing Expedia there. There's Caesars right beside it. RCL, CCL, NCLH. Norwegian up 7.3% so far today. Financials as well in positive territory, led by the insurance companies here, all in positive territory as well. To the downside, pharmaceuticals and the overall healthcare group offsetting, but still a nice gain. 0.6 now for the S&P, guys. Back over to you.
Wow, DraftKings, guys. I mean, and look at this one, man. Neo again, man, off the top right now. Neo just continues to make me very, very impressed with its action because you know what? Like, we had this one at 44.40. It was my largest trade here. If you're joining for the first time, you know, follow this. Look at that, 44.40 there on NIO. That should have been had, man. There's no doubt about that. We missed the boat on that trade. So, man, missed that. Up now $2 from that opening level. That is NIO. We've been rocking everything else, like left, right, and center, including AMC. Like, this is a 44 in, out 45.66. That's $1.60 there on AMC, let alone the win that we had on this one. This was 41.74. Look at that, 43.45, almost a $2 winner that time. So we have back-to-back $1.70 winners here on AMC. So what's up, Brendo?
Just seeing some of the airlines pulling back here, guys. If you're trading UAL, a heads up. The conference call currently underway after the earnings report, so we did get a little bit of a spike to the downside for UAL, and I'll show you why. The CEO just saying that they still can't rule out the possible pullback in general reopening plans and the implementation of the plans for reopening because of COVID coming back up. So a bit of a downtick there for UAL.
Yeah, don't trade things during the conference call. I've been caught in one of those before. Actually, was it before? I think it was before we were on YouTube. I was caught in one of the banks during the conference call and got absolutely like wiped out. I'm like, I've learned my lesson there. Always be attentive to that sort of thing. I was a bit lazy in my preparation. AMC, we did talk about that dip buy. Said give it some room off of that 43.25 area. It did a failed break at the bottom, able to get some more shares in when it had to fail a break. I'm going to scalp out into these clusters here and in front of VWAP. Now, if it get back to that 45 range, that's what I want to hold out for. If it holds this higher low, then I think we can go back and at least try to retest the upper end of this range. Talking maybe like 45 to 46, somewhere in there. I look for a bit of a target, not necessarily VWAP because I've already scalped out in front of it. Thought Meds could be the one. Thought Meds might be one of the ones that would add to this like long party. So I did take it when it came back and tried to hold this 750 price. Was able to scalp some out for a quick 20-cent win, and then it broke 50. So, like, you know, basically a flat trade there. It was a good short, halfway, got back in, lost, then halfway, got back out, lost. So Meds, it's still in an upward trend here, but it has yet to really, really break out the way, you know, obviously you've seen Neuro do, the way you've seen Semi, I don't know, whatever. Lex as well. Not quite the same way. It has not still taken out that pre-market high. So I'm not saying it's going to be the Neuro of the day, because it was on our radar. Neuro wasn't really all over our radar until the afternoon, but you know, Meds is kind of doing that same thing. A lot of small cap movers today. That's why I'm sticking with them. AMC's been a good one, of course. We'll be stuck to that. You know, you guys know I missed out on CCL. We had a plan of action there, and sometimes you're going to hit it, and sometimes you're going to get distracted. That was the case with CCL. We did trade Netflix, one and done. And I did say I wanted to get back into it, but let's be honest, guys. I mean, look, Neuro was happening. These were all happening. I liked it for the fade trade off of the open. It never even gave you the pop back up to maybe reshort those prices that we liked. There was that pre-market low, that 522.50 that we shorted. But it actually did give you a consolidation breakdown. Now, I wasn't looking for that. I would have had to be on the stock or had the chart up to catch that kind of a move. But Netflix, under some pressure. Worth noting, it got all the way down to like 496 in the aftermarket there. So on any bigger flush through 500, I'd kind of want to see if 496 holds. And then if 496 were to hold, it'd be a good entry point maybe for a bit of a capitulation bounce there on Netflix. But that's you know, like $10 away. Interesting if it does test down there. I'd watch for a long price between 96 and 5 even if it holds that bottom.
All right. Yeah, I just want to look at CME one more time here because that was a great out. So we'll do that one on that out because we'll floss it off just a little bit. Good out there. You can't hold things forever. I mean, you can. And in Neuro's case, maybe you should have. But Neuro just looks nasty. That chart looks stupid, guys. Like, I mean, there's basically no trading at all today on Neuro unless you're a part of those. I mean, you can't it doesn't even open up, right? It opens up and closes. So now it's all the way back to the downside there. So that was a very, very easy retracement back down. You just never know when it's going to stop. So as opposed to CEMI, that hasn't halted at all. In, out, out, just give us so many opportunities here to go short and then long again to the upside there. So that's been a good trade for us, needless to say, today on that name. So really, really happy with the performance so far. I kind of want to short. I mean, look, I talked about getting into Netflix. I'd love to get into Netflix on some of those dips. So we'll look at that after the show. I'll tweet it out if I do buy any. I would love to get in at that 490, at that 500 even level. What's the difference? I'm trying to hold it forever. So we'll get into that. Obviously, GM's a nice mover today. Let's check back in on Ford. The reason why I keep NEO up, man, is that 44.40. How cash money was that? We got to get more aggressive to hit that. Like, I'm up good today, but it's not as good as it should be because I did miss NEO, I did miss Netflix, and then we had Neuro at the very bottom at that 12.50. We just covered that as well. Like, if you're just joining us again for the first time, look at this trade. Not only did we have this, okay, maybe now Neuro will stay open. Look, we had this at 12.50 and we tweeted it out that we were in that at 12.50. So I hope that some of you can have it. We'll wait to see where it goes now. It looks like it's a little more orderly. What is that price? 26.70. Let's go long if it breaks above 26.70 one more time, guys.
I'm looking for that, like maybe like that that halt up trade again. I mean, it's until this thing actually puts in a second candle, which I think it's threatening to actually hold up and not halt within 1 minute. There it is. For the first time this morning, it actually puts in that second candle in. So no immediate halt on Neuro. Sometimes that means there's a consolidation, and consolidations mean breakouts. Right? So I'd love to see it do that. I mean, you're right, it is 26. I see 75 up there, but I think the breakout could be on. If it does pop to the downside, this thing still has a bounce point that makes sense at 20. You can't even get it there. This thing still has a bounce point. Did you get it? You get it?
Nice.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? Let's go cowbell winners, guys. There's $1 right there, out for $1. Now we'll hold the rest and see what we could do right now. Your boys got this one, and one more time. I mean, look, this could fail. No idea if it fails now, but we got this. Let's see if it can halt again and go to the upside. We just took out a spot there for an instant dollar in 5 seconds. So we'll wait to see if it holds. We'll get out now if it breaks through 24, but good hold there for me. Let's see what happens now. I mean, halt to the upside. Let's go. We're back into Nero. Your boy's all over this. So big trade here, hopefully coming through. We'll see if it does come through or not, but we like this trade so far on Nero. Now another $1 in the money on this name. So let's go, man. Let's see how high we can test today for Nero. Again, a big company, fibromyalgia, lots of stuff happening. That's a big, big problem, and would love to get a solution for that one. So let's go Nero to the upside, man. Here we go, a $2 winner. Your boy is back, man. I'm here. I'm never going anywhere. A big trade there on Nero. Let's go.
It looks like so that 27 is that previous halt price. If you can put that floor in, I think it's going to be all systems go. I'm actually a little surprised that it didn't halt, but I mean, whatever. Sometimes the halt rules don't make a heck of a lot of sense to me, but I backed off when I thought it was going to halt to the upside, taking that little bit of a dip because I wanted to play that halt trade. I think, look, 29 breaks. Why is it not halting? This is easily a 10% move. It's only been 2 or 3 minutes. Whatever. These rules don't make any sense to me, guys, so I'm going to throw them out the window. 30 is a big price. We did see that as a whole price before. You don't have anything to go off of besides those. It's going to be an amazing opportunity, I think, for the rest of the session, but this is the first time it's shown any semblance of, I want to say, liquidity, I guess, because I'm seeing massive offers actually get filled on the way up, which was not the case before. A lot of them were just sort of pulling, and if they were, you're the smallest size, I actually saw 35,000 shares throw down on the offer, which you haven't really seen a heck of a lot of that on the way up, and now you're actually seeing it.
Yeah, now we can just sit back, relax, take some cognac if we had any, but we don't. As now it just tests 29. Look, my out's going to be right at the price I got in. So we've already put that $1 in our pocket. Now we have a lottery ticket here for the long. I mean, I could punch out now and take another $1 on this name, but we're not going to, guys. This is what it is. Let's just watch this name keep going. And if it comes back down and we get out for flat, we get out for flat. I'm willing to roll the dice. We've already made the mistake, not a mistake, like you guys said, profit is profit. We got to take it when it's there. But we already got out. Like we were long 12.50, then long again at 15.60, and then took $1 both times, more than that. But we were up $5 or $6, I think it was, on Neuro in total. So that will add another $1 to this, up $6 on the name today. So like I said, man, trade this however you want, but you could see the profit that both Neil and I have taken on this name. So so far so good. It may halt to the downside now at some point. So we are watching this one as it goes. Here it goes. Going to break through 27. Remember, we're going to get out for flat. So as long as there it is. So there it is. That's fine, man. Chicken dinner winner. We'll put that $1 in our pocket. We hold for more. It doesn't come. That is completely fine. That's a nice win for us right there on NURO. We take it. We take the risk. And there it is, man. Neuro, my #1 stock for the day. Here we go, guys. Let's go. What up, Shakib? Proper diet. Everything very, very important to cure everything, but it's always good to get some medical assistance if you need it, because fibromyalgia, Shakib, obviously is a very, very serious thing. When we are ready, we can go to the board, and he's ready right now. Tell me about the US dollar, Brendo.
Interesting day in currency land. We'll talk about the US dollar over here. DXY back to the upside once again. We did get a bit of a reversal candle. It's a daily chart, so a reversal candle around 93. So we're coming back into some of these prior areas where it did fail the last time we were up here, but huge bounce off the lows once again over the past week or so for the US dollar. Back to 93 if you want to look at DXY. However, a lot of these still very strong on the day, including the euro up 0.08. Look at the Canadian dollar, guys, right back to 79.5, up today about 0.75%. British pound 0.4 to the upside, 136 there for the pound. A lot of these, having quite nice days. Australia, Turkey, New Zealand, all higher on the day, even cryptos to the upside as well. We mentioned Bitcoin trying to get back to 32,000 now, 31.8, trying to hold as support. Ethereum and Ripple as well, both up nicely so far. Positivity right across the board, guys. Back to you.
And there's a few names that have been neglected. Someone just asked me in the chat, how come you didn't short AMC at the top? I mean, A, because it's not easy, especially shorting AMC, and B, because I really wasn't looking at it. You know, we've been looking at some of these crazier names here today, and we talked about NVIDIA a little bit. And again, this was a bit of a missed opportunity. We talked about buying the dips and then playing off that VWAP. It didn't quite get to 196.40, but it got to 194, and it's still looking relatively strong, but it's starting to round out a little bit here. So that's a bit of a lower high than I was anticipating here. It's a little bit weaker than anticipated, but still up nicely, 3%. Worth noting, of course, it had huge resistance at 800, so even if it broke that 196 or even the current high, watch out for that $200. I know it's an obvious thing to say, but it certainly does matter, guys. And as far as that Neuro goes, at some point, usually these things start to calm down a little bit. It doesn't mean that it can't go into like another halt gong show, because we've seen that happen in the past. It's interesting, and usually it's a positive sign if it holds it above like VWAP or above any of the previous halt, like the lowest halt price to the downside, which is like 21.20 is this low here, or the initial halt to the upside, which is like 1870, 1880, something along those lines. The fact that it's well above that price, I mean, it kind of signals to me that there might be some people still holding on to shorts and putting them on, and then regretting them, and then so it just kind of feels like it might not be done. If it were down at 20, I'd be hunting for a bottom. I just can't bring myself to buy anything other than a reopen. The reverse of that short off of like a reopen would be going long off reopen, then holds the halt price, and then bounces back. And that would be in front of 20, and then a long around like 21.50 or so if it gets back above this low. It would have to probably halt down to get there, because we're at 26. That's a good like 20% move to 20. So I would anticipate it would be halting down into that type of a move. But I wouldn't put anything past Neuro at this point.
Nope. So we are out of that name now and just looking to re-enter into something else, and that's going to be DraftKings right now. I mean, it's just that's been a big move. We've known DraftKings gets faded out, especially if the NASDAQ can come down, so I don't mind this trade at all. Oh, we only have 5 minutes left? Okay. Only 5 minutes left on the day, but this is not a horrible short here. DraftKings, I don't mind it through this 48.10. Here it comes faster than we thought right now as DraftKings coming to the downside, so I'm not in this trade. I didn't expect it to go down this fast, but here, oh, shoot. Wow, okay, as I don't know. Did you guys just hit that down? I don't know. DraftKings just went down there, and I was just talking about it. So, okay. Now to the downside there. We missed that trade, obviously, because we don't have it. I was thinking, oh my God, I like this short. And then right there, right in front of your face, goes DraftKings down to the downside. So, okay, that was a good call, but we missed it. So now let's wait to see what happens. If it can retrace back up here, then maybe, but that momentum there through 25, that's what should have been had. And then an out even at 48 there, you could have had a smooth 25 cents right there right now. So we missed out on that trade as DraftKings, wow, a big move to the downside, but just watch out. If it can come back in to 48.50 or something, I think that's a screaming short, guys. I don't like it today. I mean, I like it today. It's up 5%, but kind of like those cannabis names. Every time DraftKings goes for a little bit of a run, I like to fade it back down. So there we go to the downside here. Let's see if DraftKings wants to rock and roll. Only 4 minutes left, and I think it's time to look at tomorrow. What's up, Brendan?
Yeah, just checking on DraftKings as well. Don't see anything, but that was quite the volume spike there for DKNG. Yeah, there are quite a few, to say the least. So let's come back this afternoon. First off, 3:15, guys. We'll talk about these and more in the last hour of the day. But here's what's coming up for earnings tonight and tomorrow morning.
Not that many names. Okay, we have to look at it there. AT&T put me to sleep, but that'll be a big one. Crocs, I can't believe the price of that right now. That's been going nuts as well. For me, this might be the first time that I actually don't own any of these names on the board. So that's the first time for me. So I'm interested in them as a day trade, but maybe Las Vegas Sands I'd like to get into as some sort of a value play there if that exists. But American Airlines in the middle looks pretty spicy.
Yeah, Danaher is a fantastic healthcare stock, one of the better ones there. Good dividend, been ridiculously strong. Cleveland Cliffs. Remember, I mean, the Cliffs will be an interesting one for sure. I see Kinder Morgan, but American Airlines and Southwest. I mean, with the movement that we've had in the travel space, you got to look front and center to see that same thing. This is a weird coincidence, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but the same moment you were pointing out that downward candle, Sean, in DraftKings, Neuro halted to the downside. Semi made a 650 top and quickly reversed, it was like 25 cents, now like 50 cents to the downside. It was an interesting turn on a few of the, I guess, more volatile names this morning at about the same time. So Neuro made that down halt. Remember, we were looking at it for, I said it would have to halt down to be able to do that bit of a bounce play off of 20 if it can get there. Yeah, so it did it. Now we're looking to see if it's going to reopen and retest that halt bottom at 21 even. One thing to do before we get out of here, and I already know what you guys are going to do, because we know what I know what national day it is because I can see it on the big screen. Got to throw to Valeria, so the rest of you can find out.
Hey guys, I hope you're having fun so far and enjoying your trading day. Thank you very much for all the positive feedback. It means a lot to us to know you enjoy the show, and all what we ask for is a like. So please make sure you like this video. We will see you in the afternoon, and happy National Hot Dog Day, everyone!
There it is. So it's finally National Hot Dog Day. These hot dogs look a little better than the ones I'm firing off there, as they have nice. So let me see. So let's call this hot dog 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would probably, what is that on number 1 there? I don't know. I'm not sure which one of these I prefer because I can't really see. There's some pickles on the last one. I think I'll choose number 4 because I believe those are some pickles on there. I would choose pickles on my hot dog rather than some of those peppers. But yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Hot Dog Day. That just looks like buns with a lot of veggies on it to me.
I'm trying to figure out how none of them have sauerkraut on there because it's not a sausage. Whatever, it doesn't matter, man. It's all about mustard and sauerkraut. I mean, you don't really need too much of anything else for me, but I understand. Those look pretty tasty. I cannot wait to have a ridiculously expensive dog and a beer when the Jays get back in town because we actually get to reopen. So that'll be a lot of fun. Somehow we made it through the entire show, and yeah, by the way, Gregor, floor manager, was like, "You guys shout out the Bucks yet? You shout out the Bucks yet?" I'm like, "No, we didn't." But now I will say it. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks for winning the NBA championship. Giannis with a hero performance as usual, but Middleton, I think, Sean, the unsung hero for the Milwaukee Bucks. So congratulations to them. It's been a fantastic show. Come right back for 3:15. We are back at the close. And look, there is a 0% chance the close won't be completely insane because this morning has been as well. Got to go right down the line. You're not wearing green today, Ms. V, but we are positive across the board.
Good luck.
And crypto's up as well, so right across the board. I don't know what Brazil's doing, but who knows. For Ms. V, for Brendan Wickens, myself, Neil Roberts, and Sean Katina, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live, and we'll see you at the close. It is going to be absolutely wild. I promise you that. Bye, guys.